Welcome, Red Warrior.
Order what? Get set. Yatta! 大丈夫ですか?
The Earth is counting on you. Good luck.
You win.
I just wanna go back to 1999. Take a ride to my old neighborhood. I just wanna go back. Sing hit me baby one more time. Wanna go back, wanna go. Yeah, I just wanna go back. Nike ass all that. CD, oh Mercedes. Drive around listening to Shady like oh. Never under pressure. Those days it was so much better. Feeling cool in my youth, relaxing, no money, no problem. It was easy back then. Oh, wish that we could go back in time. Oh.
Hey, tell me who that nigga if it ain't me. If it ain't a party, then it's finna be. Never had a problem that I couldn't solve. It must be official if I get involved. Quarter pound of fire burning daily. Harder to remember, getting harder to remember. I've been through enough to drive me crazy. I don't think my mama's gonna save me. Maybe I'm not flying, but I'm floating. If we're not headed to the top, where we going? 2 miles an hour, can you picture me rolling? Cause life is so much better when you live in slow motion. Pardon me while I elevate. May not be on time, but I'm never late. Blazing like the player that you wanna be. Flavor like your baby mama cup of tea. You see the company I'm keeping now. Feeling like I'm dreaming, I keep feeling like I'm dreaming. Don't come around if you don't be around. I've been the man, you believe me now. Maybe I'm not flying, but I'm floating. If we're not headed to the top, where we going? 2 miles an hour, can you picture me rolling? Cause life is so much better when you live in slow motion.
being picked a lot more in professional matches and in scrims more. I just think he's more up in the priority, and you don't have to force yourself into a triple DPS comp or force yourself into a Ruckus comp right now.
Mhm.
There is an option.
There's definitely maps where you'd still want Ruckus, though. For
Oh,
sure.
yeah.
Like
I mean,
Warriors,
Ruckus
Warriors
is a
Gate.
Monster.
Oh, yeah. We should probably turn our
Yeah.
mics up, right? Because we're doubling up. It is kind of loud, though. Like, it's going to be kind of back and forth. I have our sound boosted 26 decibels. So I'm, like, really projecting right now. It's probably really annoying for everyone else in the room, but I think it sounds okay for you guys. We'll have to see when everybody keeps tuning in. But for now, let's see. Well, yeah, so Nando, I've seen some, like, I've seen him picked early as a main tank and late as an off tank. Like, I feel like I've seen him picked everywhere for different things and different reasons. Like, where do you guys see him falling in, like, the hierarchy? And, like, you don't need to give your, like, specific, if we don't get so-and-so, we'll do this. Just, like, what benefits is he bringing right now that he wasn't before with the shield buff and people kind of just relearning the new Nando?
I think one of the benefits is just like the survivability that he can have with the shield buff and the formidable that he kind of already like always had, but now people are like rediscovering it and finding its like place in the current meta.
I think another thing that's popping up is that people don't necessarily know how to play against Nada, right?
Yeah.
So what kind of got brought up was that his shield cooldown is back a lot more, right? It's like 4 seconds with level 5 on that card, which is just like an insane amount of survivability. It is almost not worth to kill Nando unless you see him waste his shield for no apparent reason. And like I don't know if teams are like ready for it or like have mentally like thought about it, but like it just seems like people are just putting too many resources into Nando when they shouldn't be, and that's where he is getting value right now. I think he's going to fall off. He's going to kind of be like what Lex was.
When Crush picks back up?
When Crush is back up. I think he's going to be kind of what Lex was. Pretty good for a few weeks, and then people are going to understand how to play against him.
Yeah, I think the shield's just on such a low cooldown now that, like, it's not worth it to kill the shield. Like, you might as well just go somewhere else and make him turn around.
Yeah.
Like, you have to spend so much time trying to kill a shield, and by the time you do it, he has it back up in 8 seconds. It's like you're fighting a losing battle trying to bust through it.
And most of the time when you burn his shield anyway, most Nandos are running like heat transfer 2 or 3. He's getting another dash and getting away. So like most of the time you're just hurting yourself by shooting his shield. I think that's also part of it too. Is it's like not only does that shield up his survivability, but it ups his mobility. I mean like most Nandos, I haven't been able to look at the pro builds because I think we had some like days where the stats were messed up at the end of the games. And no one's really like, can't wait to see this Nando build. You know, it's like we're never seeing it during the games. But am I wrong in guessing it's like obviously Towering Barrier high and then Incinerate high and then like what? Running Start 3, Heat Transfer 2, Last Stand 1? Is that like the...
I'm not sure about Last Stand. But
that's like the best one of the game.
I think that's about right.
What's Last Stand?
It's you heal when your shield's up if you're weak.
Yeah, that one's being played a little bit.
I think
that's
like the level of Running Star is like interchangeable.
Yeah.
I've seen people drop it, Incinerate cooldown too.
Yeah.
Like, you don't have to run it at 5. You can just
No, I'm saying 4. Like
like
Towering
4,
Barrier
yeah.
5.
4.
I've seen
I've
people
seen
run
it
it super
early.
low.
Yeah.
Really?
1 or 2 points, just not even really worried about the fireball.
To stack onto what though? Like are they sacrificing that for
mobility is what
like
I
running
see.
start? Hopefully not like dire need. That card is shit.
No.
Okay.
No,
Maybe some extra rejuve.
Oh yeah, and Cavalier too.
Yeah, I don't.
Just
know
like
the
raw
names.
HP.
I think it's like raw HP. I think is being valued around 1. I think Fireball is valued around 3ish. CD5.
That's crazy to me. That
Yeah,
really
it's
is.
crazy.
It's
but
just,
like,
but you don't pick Fern for the damage.
Yeah.
His damage is pointless, and like a couple extra seconds off the fireball, really, in the grand scheme
Well,
of things, doesn't do
Yeah,
too much.
I think it's because I'm still thinking of Fireball as a survivability tool,
Mhm.
not just because of Hot Pursuit, but because of new brand being
Yeah.
so good
Yeah.
for the time that it was. I think that's why I'm like, oh my god, but you survive so much less. But
And
you're right, it doesn't really matter.
And another thing that's happening is that you have your shield up a lot of the times
Yeah.
now, right? So like you can't Fireball while you have
Yeah,
your shield up.
Your shield's gonna buy time for your Fireball to come back anyway.
Mhm.
So it is kind of irrelevant in the long run. And like, so this is what I wanted to ask, and I don't know if any of you guys know, because it could not have been like on one of your ends. And I'm actually gonna get a drink after I ask for this, because I'm now going to be projecting for the next hour and a half, and immediately regret my decision. What started this Strix? Like, was it someone trying it in scrims? Was it just like someone getting shit on by Karn in a casual and going, yeah, that could work?
Honestly, I don't know, man. Everybody just started playing it all at the same time, really, right when he.
Do you guys know where it started?
I don't think there's any one person who you could say started it. Like maybe Mutu played it before everybody else, but everybody played it. Like Rock
But
played it. Arcade
Nip was
played-
also
yeah,
like
Nip.
another team that was like early with the Strix.
Yeah,
right?
I remember they
used to do
destroyed
Strix
us on
Pocket.
Frog Isle.
The Strix
with that.
Pocket was like big for them. But I think every team just kind of noticed like it deals with flankers really good, which is pretty prominent right now, right? There's going to be flankers in basically every single game. Strix is also good with double backline, right? He can act as an aggro target, and he just is hard to fucking kill. And
Yeah.
like cards are so valuable right now that if you have to pick up an Illuminate, you're going to be missing out on Master Riding. You're going to miss out on Reju. If you're going to miss out on Resi, you're going to be missing out on something.
I really feel like it just came down to they nerfed him. They announced they were gonna nerf him, and everybody was like, "Oh wow, actually, yeah, that does sound kind of OP. Let's try it for these next months where we get to play it before the nerf." And then you find out you can play it on literally every map. Like
Yeah,
he's
I mean,
crazy.
there's no map where he's not good.
I think it's the stealth, man. I think his stealth is too
Really?
strong. I think it's kind of absurd.
Do you
that he
think
has,
the buff to stealth helped him a lot?
like
the changes
Not
to stealth?
even. No, I think if it was the same, it wouldn't matter. I think just the fact that it's a resource-based stealth is insane, and I think like. How can Sky even try to compete with that when she has her stealth is on a cooldown? He can literally activate it and deactivate it whenever he wants.
How can Sky compete with that when she does PP damage at range and he just absolute 1200 damage at range? She does jack shit across the map and he is just absolutely chunking him to pieces. Someone in chat just said, "Don't hit your hands on the table." Apparently it gets loud.
Yeah.
So
Rip
be
your
careful.
users, no.
That's tough.
Yeah, so be careful. Also, it is officially door locked hours.
Okay.
So just if you need to go, just
So I'm gonna lock
but
myself
you
out.
need my
Okay.
card. It's a sniper with a stealth that can't be dealt without a spinning guard. I mean, you're not wrong. What I noticed was I saw someone pick Ruckus into him. Like on a map where Ruckus wasn't great, and I'm like, I guess I get it. Like the tracking.
I mean, it's not even the tracking. It's you just dump your missiles.
The rockets, too.
You just don't need to aim with missiles.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But that's a 50-50 matchup. I mean, if the Ruckus isn't ahead and diving on him, the Flare is such a good answer to Ruckus. You just get destroyed by Flare.
Wouldn't Crackshot be even? I guess Crackshot's over time too much. Like Crackshot's like a
Yeah.
better answer to like Nando or something. Ruckus, you need the burst.
Yeah.
Flare just gives you so much more value. I feel like in 90% of the situations that just Crackshot just isn't
Also,
worth it.
tactical retreat's kind of insane.
Is that the speed one?
Yeah.
The
Yeah,
movement
I love,
speed,
I
yeah.
love playing that.
Rock
Yeah.
likes that too.
That might need to get tuned down or something. Like 6% per level or something. Like
What is it now?
10% per level.
Yeah, I could get
Like,
to know.
Nerf. Make it a cooldown. Give the
Yeah.
stealth a cooldown, and you don't even have to nerf that.
Yeah. Does it still get a resource though? Like
No, I don't want it to have a resource. It's a cooldown. Same as Sky or Shaolin or
I
the
think they
other
should,
stealth characters.
I think if they do that, maybe they should give it.
Or increase the cooldown before you can reactivate it. Or I don't know.
What I'm thinking is, if they do that, they should give it the ambush bonus.
Really?
Make his first. If it's going to be
The
like a
first shot, 2 more
7-second or a 10-second cooldown, give him that damage boost out of stealth for that one shot.
I still feel like
That'd be so
But-
scary though.
yeah.
Imagine
It's
damage
only
boost.
13
it's like
only
jump
like
scares
Luminary.
and paladins.
So it's only like Luminary, but then like he hits a headshot. Maybe he has Luminary pocket. Maybe he has Torch shields.
Yeah.
Then he's one-shotting a fucking DPS.
Well, if you're picking Torv, you're not doing great
Like,
anyway. Yeah,
the-
sure, you
the
got your
Strix-
one kill.
Does Strix really need like compensated like buffs if
No.
he gets that? I don't think.
I
it
think
does.
that's a massive hit to him though. Like I think you're not just giving a stealth a cooldown. I think you're doing more than that. Like you're giving a stealth a cooldown and you're nerfing tactical retreat, so he can't rotate as quickly.
Which you just
Actually,
said
you don't
needed
even
to be
need
nerfed.
to. Yeah, maybe you don't even need to. Maybe at that point, maybe give it like 8%
Yeah.
if it's a cooldown, or give it a higher duration. Like give it 8% and raise the duration like 1 second. So like it's like an 8-second or a 9-second cooldown, but he'll be able to get that speed every so often. And how long would he be able to be stealthed? I think that's the question.
What is it? 5-8 seconds something?
It's pretty. It should be less than
Give it
that.
a long time. I don't care. I just think it's
Give it a
It's a
long.
long
That's
time.
fine.
Perma-stealth,
Put it on a single cooldown where if he uses it and I'm on top of him and I hit him and I break him out of stealth and I know where he is, he can't just reactivate it in 2 seconds.
Yeah.
Like, I just feel like the uptime on the stealth is so high compared to somebody like Sky who has 2 abilities that put her in stealth. And I feel
he
like
still has
I
more
feel
stealth
like,
in her.
Yeah,
Yeah.
still has more stealth in her.
Yeah. If she gets shot out of it, then yeah, she has
Uh-huh.
less stealth, but still. Oh, just turn those knobs above the box all the way. Okay, thank you, Jameson.
Yeah.
Knobs all the way up, boys. I'm boosted like 26 decibels though already. All right, this might be dangerous.
Well, chat will just tell us.
Oh!
Oh,
Hard red line. You guys talk
Maybe
over
we
there.
get the decibels down and then.
Yeah, let me
increase
let me deboost on my
I'm
end
gonna go to the
first.
bathroom while you do that.
All right.
the bathroom break.
Good luck.
I also feel like something that's like underrated with Strix was that I really think the FOV nerfs.
Hold on,
Hit
let
him.
me turn these up a little bit now. The FOB nurse hit
like halfway.
all the way. Do all the way now.
All the way.
Yeah, because I turned it up.
Hello. Hello.
Hello.
Yeah, we're okay. We're hitting the red a little bit,
It's fine.
but it's not the doom it was a second ago.
Something's about to explode.
yeah. And
It's good. It's
yeah,
good.
Jameson,
Cool.
we're only this far away because we're splitting a mic.
Yeah.
Because as much as I like Metapusher, I'm not licking his face.
Nice.
This is a lot better.
It's better.
Okay,
Cool,
sweet,
cool,
sweet.
cool.
Trust me, next week it'll be even better because we'll all have our own mics.
Hopefully.
But yeah, the FOV nerf. I feel like.
No, I'm not
hit-
blaming you.
The FOV nerf.
No, thank you.
Blame Jameson. I mean, he didn't even let me in the building when I asked him to. He did.
Thank you very
I'm
much,
lying.
Jameson.
Yeah.
That is a lot better. Snipers are so impactful in class-based shooters. I agree. I mean, like, what game has what hero-based game has not been like super dominant with a sniper? Like, yes, Overwatch has been like up and down, but right now Widowmaker's like
Insane.
the highest win rate in GM in a meta that is all about shields.
Yeah.
Like, I think it just any skill cap game, it's just so good.
Hmm.
It's so good, no matter what. Like, we're talking about snipers in the class-based games.
I think they're just designed as high skill cap characters, and at the highest level, when you have somebody who's gonna reliably hit every single headshot and always position perfectly, that's just when snipers are gonna shine. The same thing happened with COD. In almost every COD, there's niche situations where people just play snipers perfectly. Even in potential respawn modes, you see it brought out at times. And
That's true.
And yeah, I feel like the snipers in Paladins are a bit overtuned right now. I think it's
Kinessa?
I think Kinessa's in a good spot, but Strix is way overtuned. I don't think it's proper for Paladins to have a meta where snipers can be played on every single map. I feel
Listen,
like
man,
it takes
just
away
say
from the
you
niche
don't like
role.
Karn.
I don't even know who Karn
Who is
is.
Karn?
I'm gonna be
You
honest.
guys don't remember? There's got to be someone.
Like, I don't even know who you're talking
He's
about.
just. I'm joking. He's just like a Strix one trick. He's just like a Strix one trick that has always only played Strix on every map.
It's probably
like,
Hayes on a Smurf, dude. Hayes literally just Smurfs and plays Strix all day.
no, dude. Karn's like on Jag. Like you get Strix on Jag, you see him on the other team, you're like,
Easy.
that's funny. And then you load in, you see Karn on the other side, you're like, fuck. Like, oh no, it begins. Nothing can be good now.
It's like Rinsig 2.0 or something.
Yeah.
Except he's like a lord. Like he just
Rinsig was a bug
Rinsig
god.
was, yeah, Rinsig was,
Rinsig's pretty
in his
good.
heyday, he was pretty good.
make a shot's a projectile. That's very Fortnite of you.
Or Realm. Wasn't
Yeah.
the
Too.
sniper in Realm?
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
projectile.
Yeah.
Oh, that did not feel good.
That was
though.
Strix's gun too.
Yeah.
Actually.
Yeah, it did not.
I
feel
don't
good.
think it's good. I don't think that would be good.
I don't think it would be good either. I don't know. I think just making him not able to live. Yeah, the only thing you can do against Karn is send 5 people at him. Yeah, because he can't kill all of you. He'll probably get 2 of you.
It's also
but-
Strix. That same thing can just be said about Strix. This is what you gotta do.
Yeah,
Mhm.
but like I don't know. Just banning him is easier.
Yeah.
Just ban him, and then you don't have to deal with that. You don't have to deal with that dynamic. Like it's just like Torv, where like Strix just being in the game changes the game.
Yeah.
Too key. Actually, what Zargos just said, I kind of feel that a little bit too. You guys like, I don't know if you guys played Battlefield 5. No, Battlefield 1. The snipers had like a mountain
Really?
where it's like at close range they don't do max damage.
Oh yeah.
They have like a peak area of damage. Maybe have Strix ramp up so he can't just be point blank and annihilating everyone.
Yeah, that would be a pretty cool change.
Like his pistol is still good. Like he would still just use his pistol instead, but
Yeah.
not be
There wouldn't be a
burst.
1200 burst,
Yeah.
and then
or an
Or an
1800 burst
1800.
if he headshots.
I
Yeah.
mean, that's the big difference between him and Kin is that Kin, she needs to charge her shot up to do the damage, whereas Strix can just scope in and quick scope you
Yeah.
and you're dead. Like some of the things he does to flanks is
That's
shouldn't be.
That's what I keep
shouldn't
saying
be.
on cast. Like the reason why people are picking Strix and not Kin is because Strix is like the victor of the snipers. He is raw damage and he protects himself really well. Victor can sprint away, Strix can stealth away. Like there's options
Yeah.
regardless.
Mhm.
It's still really good for them. I'm trying to think of any other changes. Willow kind of falling
didn't-
out of the ban column a little bit, at least in like PML. Not PCL, but Willow's kind of like not completely falling off, but teams I think are starting to value her a little bit less in this Strix meta. With like Strix and Leon coming back up, Fae Flight's just not quite as good.
Yeah, I think Willow's probably still
I think Willow's
heavily
so
rooted in
busted
the,
as
in the, in the
fuck.
pro league
Yeah.
meta. She's really strong. People are learning,
How to deal with her a
more
little better.
counter strategies
Yeah.
and ways to play around it. But I don't think any amount of time playing against it is going to make up for how strong the character is. Her damage is insane.
You guys
The
think-
utility.
Yeah.
I see her
Kind of
being
this
on the
world.
same tier as Willow and Strix are on the same
Yeah.
tier in my
Yeah.
opinion for DPS. Like they are the Koa and the Atlas of DPS right now. Where like if you're gonna give a team that pick, you have a strategy around that pick every single time.
What I was thinking for Willow, like if she was to get nerfed, I mean she has to be. She's gonna need it at some point. But like Willow, if she gets knocked down, the two things I think that really need to get touched, Blast Flower should not be at 5-second stacking duration every time you get hit. If you get hit once every 4.999 seconds, your Blast Flower will still stack like you got hit constantly.
So it should ramp down. Is what
It
you're saying?
should not. It should be 5 sec. Every hit should be an individual 5-second Blast Flower stack.
Okay.
So like, if you get hit 3 times,
Or
you should only
yeah.
get like 1/800.
Yeah.
You have to be hitting every shot to stay at max ramp up. It shouldn't
Ah.
be marks that you get that all are getting reset every time you get shot.
Yeah, that would help.
Yeah.
That would help a lot.
Because like you can leave for 4.5 seconds, reheal, come back, and take another 800 damage. Like the shots don't go away.
Yeah.
Dude, I hear that in scrims sometimes. Sometimes people will be playing Willow and they'll go and they'll shoot somebody and then they'll leave and then they'll go back and wow, I still had my bonus
Yeah,
damage. That's
because
great.
every time you hit them, it starts the 5-second timer again. Every time. So that needs to. I think that needs to be changed. It's also why I keep mentioning it on cast because it's like.
You can make
Big
the
problem.
Yeah, I just
What
wanted to keep saying like, yeah, please notice this. It's bad.
What
Please
if,
AOC.
what if you made it 5 seconds on the first hit, and then like every shot after just adds 2 seconds onto the timer? With the cap,
Maybe.
with the cap.
I think it would make the most
that might,
sense.
that might be too complicated.
I think
That's
I
pretty
think what I
complicated.
suggest it makes the most sense. Every shot should be its own individual 5-second mark. So it's like you hit someone. What's Willow like 1 shot per second?
something.
So like she starts at 5.
Probably
It's
right
like 5, 6, 7, 8. So you have like a 2-second
That's-
window.
Yeah, that's about 1 per second.
Yeah, so it's like you start at 500, you hit them, and then the first stack goes down. It's like 600, 700, 800, 800, and then the first one goes away, and you only keep the damage bonus if you're consistently connecting every shot all the way through. I think that's what it should be. I think that makes the most sense design-wise. And the other thing that needs to be touched is Flutter DR.
Yeah.
Pretty good.
DR is pretty annoying on every single hero. I feel like
Yeah.
it's just not a fun mechanic to play against.
I mean, at this point, like we're settling into Worlds, right? Like this is the Worlds patch. Any changes that come after this, like just like last year, I think the big changes are going to be between the year. Like they're going to do like how last year we had like the item store changes and we had like the Wrecker rework that was on the PTS. That didn't end up going through, but it was big changes that were being tested. So I'm sure as it was getting moved over from one to the other, it's going to shift. Like we're going to see a big change then. But for now, this is the meta, right? Like I don't know.
This is it.
This is going to be it moving into Worlds. So teams are going to
Fun,
figure
fun,
stuff
fun.
out. Teams are going to figure more and more out as we go. Like we still have plenty of time for teams to change their strategies, find new stuff. I mean, Kanga's pulled out Io, and everyone's like, "What?" I think teams are figuring out the benefits now. But I just want to say, by the way, there was a Begone kill in PML. T-Mac got a kill with
Really?
Begone with Iowa. Does that ever happen?
I think we
Yeah, it
got.
happens.
I think
Okay.
yeah.
No,
that does happen.
Aya's solid. I mean, and there's especially good ways to use her ult. Like, she's a really good bear counter. You can, when they drop dome, you can shoot her ult right at the dome, and it passes through it, and will carry the
Yeah,
bear
carry the
outside
bear out
of
of
it.
it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and you see
Really
all the
good
time.
use. Yeah.
Brazil does affect it, by the way, right?
I think-
You get
no,
Yes,
no,
it does.
Wait, no, I don't think it actually.
You get
does.
you
get
get
dropped out
dropped
of
out
it
faster.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I mean, it's just like any other CC.
Mhm.
The biggest, my only problem with Io is the fact that I feel like it's so hard to tell when Luna has stun up.
Yeah.
And she just like
I think in
Come
general,
in.
Luna's stun is
yeah.
the most annoying thing.
you see
ever.
like the
Oh
red
my
box
gosh.
indicator, and you're like,
Is
Am
it
I gonna
coming?
get
Can
stunned?
I do anything?
Can I
Like,
fight?
what can I get
Like-
away with? My favorite was, dude, I cannot believe Invocal got stunned
Oh.
by Io in that one game. So Luna stunned through the crack on the point in Warder's gate.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's tough.
The wall, and then like there's that little
Yeah.
gap.
Mhm.
Luna saw Invocal was diving Gera, and Luna was like, "Whew," just like shot through the crack and stunned Invocal, and Gera won the 1v1. I remember like I forget who I was casting with, but they like didn't realize at first because it was like weird. Like I only noticed because I heard that like the from Luna going in. I was like, wow, who's Luna stunned? No way. There's no fucking way. It's like I saw Luna on point right before. Still, like that's crazy. There needs to be a better indicator, I think, for that. But I mean, we've always had like some issues with indicators.
Yeah.
Bomb King.
Yeah.
I look at you when I say
The
that.
Bomb
I
King.
should be looking at. I should be looking at.
Yeah.
I didn't have any issues.
It's
with
enhanced.
It's enhanced.
Enhanced.
It's the issue. It's enhanced. Can we talk about that? That whole drama? I think
pretty
it's
old.
I mean, it wasn't even. I don't think it was
wasn't even
really even
drama.
that much
It was a
drama.
meme.
Drama.
We
Well-
wanted to. We like demo, and
Yeah.
Renegade specifically had
Did not
had
like demo.
issues.
No
with the,
BK
with
players.
all the-
It
They had
was
no
bugged.
BK players.
We had
Yes.
Loki. What do you mean?
Yeah,
Loki?
We had
BK
Loki on
You guys didn't
BK.
have Loki.
Loki is the best
Wow.
blaster
Listen,
in North
okay,
America.
so we can talk about this now because it's been a while. It wasn't really drama, but we just didn't talk about it.
It was like very light drama.
Yeah.
It
Yeah.
doesn't
It
really
was
matter.
some drama.
There was drama is a bit of an
Yeah,
exaggeration.
yeah.
It's just like a disagreement. There was never any.
Well,
malice.
I consider any disagreement that like spawns memes,
Yeah.
you can contrive that as drama.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So like, Renegades wanted to get Demolition banned.
Demolition
Well,
had been
it was
banned.
Demolition
Yeah.
had been banned, and it got unbanned
For
and
some
then,
reason.
And then they wanted to get it rebanned, and there was like a big discussion in like the private PPL
Yeah. Oh my
League
God.
Operation Discord.
There was like pages.
Yeah.
There's
Yeah,
like
it was
pages,
like
back
pages
and
of
forth.
discussion.
I mean, we did research, filming, and filming.
recording.
Oh my God, the
volcanoes,
filming was
experiments,
hilarious.
Like, it was everything.
All the different
And-
gifts I saw.
And like
oh.
the final decision was like, Grumpy Bomb at its core is bugged. Demolition enhances the bug that is already there,
That was
and that's why BK got banned. That's why BK got banned.
Except
for
for then we provided. I don't even remember what
Shrapnel was.
It
the
was
next
on-
Yes,
Prop.
then that I swear I just hard countered Rude with that entire argument
Yeah.
because he was like, then I was like, oh well, ban shrapnel too. It does the exact same thing as the exact same indicator.
And I remember on Spice we were like, oh God, let's not ban Victor, please. If we're
Yeah.
going to triple as the only triple we can do right now, we need Shrapnel Victor.
Yeah, the aspect is like.
Yeah.
But no, that's if anyone didn't know, that's why like Shrapnel and Bomb King were banned.
Yeah.
Because there was a big discussion in this private Discord about how Grumpy Bomb was bugged. And it just led to this huge this daisy chain of crap that happened. I wasn't even in that Discord. I just heard about it. I didn't get to see any of this.
It spills over.
Yeah.
Yeah, of course it
spills
did.
over.
Because I was just talking to someone, and I think he
It
told
was
me,
probably
he told
me.
me before Chain one day.
I was like,
And I was just like,
dude, it was
that's weird.
hilarious. Well, BK's now banned.
You'd be surprised how often stuff like that happens. Like I think we in the middle of the season we got Lex banned. We got Death Angel
Yeah.
banned.
God.
For no reason,
But
too.
no,
Oh
it wasn't
my
for no
God.
reason.
It wasn't for no
There was
reason.
a-
What do
there
you
was a
mean?
visual- there was a pretty confusing visual
For
bug.
the Lex, not for you.
Dude, all right, Hiro. Well, listen, I sent you
yeah,
the video,
and
the
I was
proof.
like, no, but I
in
was like,
scrims the day before I sent it to them, and you were like, "All right, cool."
I was
and
like-
then, and then it comes out, you were like anti-defensive.
listen, because I knew, like, as soon as you sent me that, I sent it to my team. I was like, yo, this got banned because of this, but it's only visual, right? I was doing some research, but I played nice with you. I was like, yeah, that's bugged. Get it banned. But, deep down, I was like, no, that's not a
I
ban.
mean, but the thing is too, it wasn't like I even like campaigned for
Oh,
it
no,
or did
it was
anything.
just like-
I sent
Yeah.
an email to
Yeah,
it
Cooper
did.
with the exact video I sent to everybody else,
Yeah.
and I was like,
I
it
got
seems like it
Unstable
was.
Fissure banned.
And the week before, Kanga had a remake on Fish Market
Yeah.
when they were playing Lex because of the similar bugs. So like,
Yeah.
that was like whatever.
I
That
can't
stuff
believe-
happens all the time.
I don't think
yeah.
Unstable Fissure is fixed yet, by the way.
I think it is. I played
is
it.
Still
I played it on
technically,
my
it's
Smurf.
still technically on the ban list.
It does 900 to shields. That was the bug, right? That I used
Yeah,
to
the
break
the
shields.
shield,
It
the
used to
bug
do,
that it
like,
would
Yeah, I
destroy
used to, yeah.
shield.
I played it
Because
2
we
days
were
ago.
because
You could
SSG
rev
was
it.
scrimming right when Atlas came
Yeah,
out.
I remember that. Oh.
SSG
Well, that was
was-
versus us, too, right?
SSG no, it was against Envy. SSG was screaming against Envy right after Atlas came out, and Rock reversaled
Yep.
and insta killed
9,000
like,
damage.
I was watching. I was standing behind Sadak, and he just gets deleted. I'm like, that's not normal. I was like looking at everyone else's screen, like no one's even looking at this Andy. Like what happened? That was messed up.
I mean, Sims, I'm pretty sure Coop just read my email and believed it at face value, and it wasn't like I was lying to him. I was
you
just
believe
confused as well.
Wouldn't you believe Metapusher Simsaloo?
I mean, I wouldn't.
I
I'm a
believe it.
competitor in the league. Like you should vet everything.
What was
everything that's sent?
What was the reversal bug? It wasn't a bug with reversal. It was a bug with unstable fissure.
Which is
Unstable Fissure used to do 10,000 damage to shields, and reversal counts as a shield. So he would I guess, but not for Wrecker, right? Because Wrecker damage doesn't stack.
It was just bugged. The amount of damage it did was
To
bugged.
shields.
shields,
Yeah,
specifically.
to people it was fine.
Like to siphon and to reversal. And
yeah,
stuff
because
like that.
it instantly gave you 4
Yeah.
charges.
Yeah.
Uh,
So you could rev it, and you would have essentially a
a-
10,000
one-
damage
yeah,
reversal.
a nuke. You would just
Yeah.
have a straight up nuke. It almost kills Dome Shield.
Yeah.
Really.
Yeah, because reversal only sends like 60% back, right? something like that.
70, 60, yeah.
70, 60.
I don't play
'Cause-
Andro.
Yeah, because Unstable Fisher chunks Dome Shield for like most of its health. Like a Dome Shield had like this much health left after, well, this much after they would go off. Anyway, we're kind of tailing off on meta, so we can talk about just like the competitive games.
We didn't talk about Torv at all, really. Torv was
Yeah,
the
we
title
didn't.
for
You
that
know what?
section.
Exactly.
That's the point.
Oh, he's gone?
He's gone.
I don't think Torv is gone. I
He's
think
not gone.
Everybody says he's gone, but
He's not
this
really
is
gone.
this is I think when you're actually going to see Torv played, because in the past, like when he was broken and it was clearly overpowered, you'd never see him. He was permabanned.
Yeah.
I think I said in the PW like a couple weeks ago. I think the characters that benefit the most from the Torv nerf are Torv pockets, because you can actually get a Torvald pocket, even if it's less strong than it was before. It's still really good.
That's why I'm pumped to see what NIP does, because if there is
They
a
haven't
team,
played in this meta yet.
yeah,
right?
no, I don't think if they have, they've only had like one game maybe. Nice. But they might be
Disregard,
the team to
disregard.
bring out Torvald and be like Torvald gods with the new Torvald. I doubt it though, but
Like someone like someone like Talus maybe, right?
Talus, yeah,
BK,
BK.
Koga baby.
Koga.
Dude, I was so excited about the Koga counter, man.
Oh,
It was a counter to characters that have since been nerfed. Torv Tyra comp, if you pull out Koga, it was fat. It was really
Ricardo
fat.
would say the same thing.
I remember the
but,
Ricotta Koga days, dude. Those brought me pain.
play like 20 hours of Koga a day, sleep for 4.
Don't even eat. I
Yeah.
breathe adrenaline junkie. No, like the thing about Koga was like you dash and it cleanses Mark. You shoot shields with adrenaline junkie with Wrecker, and you get more energy back. So you would just fuck Torv Tyra comps. Because she would never mark you. You would annihilate the shields. You would dash more because you're dashing. You bought time. I don't know. It was sick, and everyone was too scared. Everyone was
That's
too
good.
scared
I mean,
to
that's
run
that's
it.
good hypotheticals, but at the,
No,
at
we
the end of the
tested
day,
it.
Tyra could just
No,
mark somebody else.
You
like,
say that, but I mean, I was there
I mean,
when it was tested.
but Torv Tyra was a very common thing in the meta for quite a long time.
Yes.
I don't remember anybody playing Koga in scrims
Not a
or
single team
in
played
matches
versus.
and it working.
I can say that I have data against that.
I mean, it worked against your team.
No,
It
Oh,
Was it
with
played in the
his team.
PBL?
no, because they were too scared whenever I would mention it in the draft.
Do you know what else they were scared about? Terminus.
They had every reason to be scared
Yeah,
about
they had good
Terminus.
reasons. They tried it.
Dude, every time Term gets picked on Bright Marsh, I always meme in the thing. I'm like, oh god, here it comes versus Envy, Bright Marsh every time.
Yeah.
Because that was a rough game. Sorry, Doc. Might be.
Was it Braymarsh or Stone? I
It
thought it
was
was Stone.
Braymarsh.
It was
Term's
bad.
good though.
Stone
Should
was
we,
bad
should we
too,
talk
but
about
Braymarsh.
Term?
Stone was bad too.
Yeah, we should actually talk about Term. I'll go back to the meta thing just because Term is kind of zoning in, and I'm happy about it. And honestly, watching Zarini play Term that first day really proved that like I was so happy that my like concept was paying off of like hit your fucking blasts and it's a good character, miss your blast and he's a bad character. That's literally all it is.
Yeah.
Like, of course, have good siphon management. You better at this level. If you're in PPL, you better have good siphon management. What it comes down to is hitting your shots to regen your siphon.
Mm-hmm.
Term having that much siphon if you're hitting every blast is busted.
That's a little good, yeah.
Yeah. I think Term just fits well into the meta too as a tank that doesn't get destroyed by Wrecker. Because
true.
everybody's picking up Wrecker nowadays. I think that's actually like the major thing that's changed the meta this year has been everybody can buy multiple cards.
Yeah.
Like it's kind of crazy that every damage and every flank character in the game can go Wrecker and Cauterize. Like that, I think that's something that a lot of people haven't fully realized, like the impact that it's had on this year.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's also kind of tuned up the healers you see. Because, like, Damba not as good because he's, like, raw healing and CC, but everyone can just buy Resilience and Caught and Wrecker, and it's like...
Yeah. And the supports can buy Chronos and Morale and stuff.
Yeah.
Nimble,
Yeah.
That's
whatever they want.
another IO weird thing about IO. She's like
All
the items,
defensive
all her
cards.
items suck. It's like, what do you want to like? What am I? I'm gonna buy Nimble. Like
Nimble,
that's
Nimble,
Yeah.
Isle.
like
Morale.
I'm.
Nimble,
style,
Haven,
baby.
Yeah.
Blackfield.
She's weird, but I like her.
Who else has pulled out Terminus except for us and SSG? Has anyone?
That's
or
it.
That's it?
Kanga hasn't?
No,
I mean,
no.
I wouldn't expect them to. I would just need items to be better. You're not wrong. I mean, I was good with Wrecker. She's a decent spammer against, like, a shield-heavy comp.
Mm-hmm.
You can make one of your DPSs rush Caught instead.
Mm-hmm.
You're probably already doing that, but it's pretty solid. I owe the best standalone support? Alright, Leaks. Bunny smiling. I know that means it's definitely Leaks.
I think it's a meme.
The absolute
I'm getting
cringe
meme.
face.
My meme radar is going on.
Nah.
I feel like there was an
radar.
argument.
You don't need Chronos. I mean, I just liked Morale Boost on IO, dude. If I go Master Riding on IO,
I
then
mean,
can
Saris
sleep.
doesn't.
I mean,
need
Morale
Chronos
Boost does
either.
not feel good.
I think
on
Saris
IO.
is majorly underrated.
Yeah,
and
she's
needs
fine.
a buff. She needs a buff too. I don't think
Underrated and needs buff.
underrated.
I think
Oh.
that her
Enough
healing,
to not need a buff.
her healing's kind of crazy. And people sleep on it. It's always been crazy. But that's all she does.
Yeah.
But I think I think her ult shouldn't be blocked by shields. She literally has not been played all year long. And
No.
it's not her healing.
I
What
think
are you
it's
gonna do?
no, it's because
I
when
think-
she gets dove, she does jack shit. She
Yeah.
stealths and she's
That's
just like-
great though. That's the best thing supports can do. What do you want them to do? Frag? They're gonna die.
Stun,
Like
any
Damba
type
can
of
fight them back. Ying can
No,
run away.
Damba
Dio
dies.
can 1v1.
Damba stays alive
Damba doesn't
forever.
die. Everybody.
He lives
all
more
the
than
supports
Saris.
die. It's
No.
Furia can 1v1
Furia
any
can actually
flanker.
1v1 anyone.
Furia can 1v1, Grover can vine
Ying
away.
can escape.
The thing is, when Saris is running away, unlike the other healers, Saris isn't healing. Ying illusions are still healing if Ying's running away. Grover's
That's
healing.
true.
Grover can be AFK in healing. We saw Grover pocket his team while AFK in the PCL. No shit, he crashed in a corner, and we were like, me and Dave were like, his team's fine. They're not pausing. They don't need
Don't
to.
pause.
The tree's
Yeah.
planted.
I remember we did that with Stone on first VP. Cuss was on
We
Grover
got stuck in the
DC.
roof or
And
whatever.
we were also getting healed. He's like, pause.
You're like, what? What do you mean? We're fine. Yeah, like,
Like, I'm
Saris,
fucking stuck.
Saris does nothing when she gets dove. Good or bad.
Except for always live. She always
Not
Does
always.
she?
If you're running enough points in Veil, I think it's Veil.
Well, you don't die on the first dive, but then you
Mhm.
don't have shadow
That
travel
CD
again.
for a while.
If they have an EV on your team and you don't have someone babysitting your Saris is just going to be forced to shadow travel constantly and not heal. That's her biggest weakness. Everyone's playing EV and Maeve, like these flankers, in some way, are just like these aggressive characters,
Mm-hmm.
and Saris is just struggling a lot against them.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sure she's fine. I'm sure she has her comps, but I think people would
She
just
doesn't
rather.
though. She's never played.
I do
Well,
think she
hey,
needs
listen,
a buff.
Koga had his comps, but everyone was still too much of a pussy to run them.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Still fine. She has poor duel potential. Yeah, she doesn't want to duel. She wants someone to protect her and be able to stealth away for sure. Yeah, I think that's everything. We covered Term,
Yeah.
Nando.
That was me getting distracted.
Yeah.
Well, the Torv was the thing we wanted to
Yeah,
talk
yeah,
about.
yeah.
And I think you're right in that he does have a play still, for sure. But it's definitely more of like a pocket comp than anything. And he still
Yeah.
might struggle into his already pretty good counters, like Vivian. I mean, we're seeing a little bit more Vivian as these teams are figuring out the value in this Wrecker. Or like on the maps where she can't get dove too effectively. If they get the Ash or something, it's a little tougher. Different stuff like that. But we can move to just talking about all the competitive scene in general. I mean, you don't need to talk about the PCL.
Whoa, dude.
Come on.
Because,
Wow,
because I know you don't watch it.
What?
I watched
What
my
are the top,
hype
what,
unit.
who's
Hype
the
unit.
top team?
E-girl
Hype unit
Storm.
console.
Cats on Mars is bad. I know that.
They're not even called Cats on Mars anymore.
Hero.
Wait, who picked him up? What happened?
You tell me. You're such a big
Nemesis
fan.
GG.
Yes.
No.
Ah, damn.
Hype. No.
All I know is hype unit
Yeah.
console. That's all I know.
I know. I know. I bet you. I bet you don't even know that Nemesis that went to LAN last season aren't even Nemesis anymore. The entire team left the roster. And they lost 2 games. Flame joined their team. They lost 2 games, and the team died.
I remember hearing about Flame joining.
Because I
console
told
team.
you about it. Because I'm like, I
Yeah.
love Flame. Flame's a really cool guy, but my God, he has had the worst luck in the Paladin scene ever.
I think he's had a rough 2019 for Paladin.
He's had a rough
Yeah,
2019.
2019. Yeah.
Yeah.
That was like, I feel so bad for him, man. PPL backup for G2 comes to LAN
As their coach.
as their coach. They kind of
He was. I
sputter
mean,
out.
we boot camped with them. Like, I mean,
And he was helping
he
a
was.
lot.
Yeah, he was a pretty integral part. Like, I mean, he filled the role really well,
Yeah.
especially for somebody who wasn't a
coach. Yeah.
And, like,
So Flame's like a really smart guy.
Yeah.
And then he goes to the PML. Oh no, sorry. He joins Renegades for a little bit. Does he get a contract?
He gets a try. Yeah.
He signs a contract, but then gets kicked before the season starts
Poor guy.
to pick up Invocal and move Moon.
Mhm.
Then he goes to the PML, plays for Sanguine. They come in as first seed, right? They outseeded Hype Unit, I think. Oh, not Hype Unit. They were Hype Unit.
They were.
This is right before the switch, right? The two.
Yeah.
The
Yeah.
2 and 2
Yeah, yeah,
trade.
yeah.
Sanguine was first.
First seed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Sanguine's first seed. They come into LAN. They kind of sputter out. After LAN, Flame gets kicked, moves to PCL. They go 0-2. Flame the team dies, so Flame's not on a team. Like, I feel so bad for him, man. He's not he's not so bad of a player that is the path he should have taken.
Mm-hmm.
He's definitely better than kicked from PPL, kicked from PML, kicked from PCL. For sure. I don't think there's
I
any
would say he's a
arguing
little bit
that.
better than that.
Yeah, for sure. I don't know what happened.
I mean, I don't think anyone doubts him being like a good player. He
Yeah.
can play off-tank, he can play DPS
Yeah.
well.
And he's good in the leadership role too. But anyway, PCL, I know you guys don't watch it, but
Yeah.
most of the teams are decided that are coming. We have Onslaught.
All 4 of them.
All 4 of them should be.
Onslaught. We should have known that
All
one.
four.
Some are close. I mean, it's Flashpoint in EU. There's still a chance. There's still a chance they don't go. Aaron Monarch could take them over. It depends on their last matchup with them. But Aaron Monarch Flashpoint did just win the second head-to-head, but there's one more to go. It is Flashpoint Cyclone. Cyclone, I think, are really close to being confirmed.
Mhm.
Same roster on Cyclone, I think. Same roster on Flashpoint. Onslaught is pretty different, but they have a guy who's like playing PC Champions, Ralkion. He's like a gyro lord. He's like really, really good. Like he plays he did
Everything you just said, I
He
literally-
did not
nothing
understand.
registered to me.
He does the
You
thing.
PC champions, gyro man. Like what does any of that mean, dude?
No, like so he plays with gyro, like
You
motion.
know, like this.
Oh,
like
okay.
So he plays like Maeve really well. He
PC.
plays-
Okay, he plays.
Yeah, like-
he plays like blasters with gyro controls. Okay,
Yeah.
I thought you were talking about like
Another game
I
or
went to
something.
Dota,
dude.
like
Yeah.
gyrocopter.
That's literally what
I
Simpson
was
just
so
said.
confused, dude.
That's what Simpsy just said in
the
chat.
gyro lord.
Gyro.
Nice, that's cool though. I think I've
Yeah.
seen some of those gyro highlights
Yeah.
from early on and stuff, and they seem
Flicking
pretty
with
cool.
gyro controls. It's so funny. I've moonwalked with gyro, and it's just like, it's like you just. Yeah, no, it should be good, interesting having him there, and of course, Hype
Type
Unit
unit console.
console. They're gonna be pretty interesting, and PML I think is officially decided in NA.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and then
But
officially.
not in EU.
Technically.
Don't think so.
By the standings,
Sour
technically,
Team just beat All Business, I
but
believe.
Sour Team's the only one that still has a chance, right? Penta,
Yeah.
because they lost so much
Penta's
in the beginning,
definitely
they're out.
down.
Yeah. So Penta lost, and that kind of kicked them out. They don't really have a shot.
Mhm.
Like, I think if Sour Team lost, they would have been decided in EU.
Well, actually, no. Penta won,
yeah, they
and
beat-
Sour Team won.
Yeah.
So now it's whoever wins between Penta and Sour has to also beat All Business.
Mhm.
Because if
Isn't Penta like still like a game or two behind Sour?
no, both teams are 5-4.
Really?
Oh.
Penta have 2 less maps than Sour. So there's still 3 teams in EU that could show up, and if All Business continue to not scrim, then they could.
But even
Yeah.
even
Oh,
so, like
right.
the series this Tuesday was a 3-2, wasn't it? Even despite like not
Yes.
swimming and
It was a 3-2.
yeah, I didn't watch it. I didn't see how close it was exactly, but it still seems like they're fine. Like
And their player who's never scrimmed with them was their best performer.
Yeah.
So,
Honestly, I'm not expecting much from EU PML at the PWC qualifiers. That might be a bit blasphemous after the
Them
PML
just-
team did just win, but that entire team, aside from
Was
Volko,
mostly, like,
was
ex-PPL
dissolved
players.
and absorbed.
yeah.
yeah.
So like,
Mhm.
I don't think that they have much to show.
Also,
when
the
the best
entirety of
team in the
Penta was
league isn't
ex-PPL,
even
right?
scrimming. Yeah.
Except for
Yeah.
Rays.
Yeah. Pretty,
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
Rays
just
came
a
from
Rays.
another game.
But even like all the Penta talent got absorbed into
Yeah.
the PPL. I think that like they were really EU PML was really strong coming into MSI,
Mhm.
and then there was like this shift off where a bunch of NA players got knocked out of the PPL and a bunch of EU talent got brought in.
Yeah.
And so then I think that's why I think the scales have kind of flipped. I
I
think
still don't think
uh,
NA PML is better than EU PML. Like,
yeah,
just watching-
I think EU PML is still going to be better. I'm not going to make predictions and say that.
Well,
it's-
because
I'm not going to say.
Little
I'm not
early.
going to say no. I'm not going to say all business would be 8th in PPL like we did last time, and that whole debacle with Penta winning. But, you
Okay,
know,
let us say it because I think it's worse if you say it.
yeah, we might be playing them, so I'm gonna just stay out of this one for a little bit.
Jesus Christ.
Oh.
No, I just like watching them play, and I really do think that EOPML is still better. Just having seen them play. Hype Unit now are like kind of hiding strats by just random number generating, picking every
I
match,
feel
every
like-
series.
Hypeater just doesn't have anyone to play against, I feel like. Sanguine is a roster with 3 DPS, 1 support, and 1 tank, basically, right?
What the
But-
hell were they doing in that last set? Did you guys watch that?
No.
Neo and Poison switched every game.
Really?
Yeah. They had
That's
the,
all because of
the
the
same
off-tank.
draft.
That's mental boom.
Between off game,
Yeah,
they
that's
had
still-
the same roster, the same champ list 2 games in a row.
Mhm.
Neo played BK in one, Poison played BK in the other.
Hmm.
Con both
Nice.
times.
it's weird. It's just that's
Why?
honestly that's just inefficient. That's inefficient practice. One of you should be playing one of them.
Yeah.
One
Well,
of
I
you should be
mean,
playing the other.
it is like that. Neo is considered the off tank, and Poison is considered
Yeah.
the blaster.
Then
But
what situation caused?
it's probably because it's ult.
They went. It's like Neo. No, because like they switched after winning.
Really?
Well, actually, no, they were down 0-2, and then Neo swapped. They were down 0-2. Neo swapped. They won that game. They swapped back. They won that game. They swapped back again. They lost. So it's like
What
Neo.
the
It's like Neo BK.
I mean, there's reasons for it. Like maybe it's a map thing. Maybe Neo's better at certain maps.
I don't think it's a
DK.
map. I mean, if he's not scrimming
no, actually-
blaster,
Sorry. This is how it went. Game 1 normal. Game 2 Neo Drogos, they lose. Game 3 Neo BK, they win. Game 4 Poison BK, they win. Game 5 Neo BK, they lose. So like it was in order of blasters. It was Poison Neo Neo Poison Neo.
Mhm.
So there's no reason for them to switch. Like it was
Yeah.
lose, then they win, then they switch back, they win again, and they switch back again.
Do you
It doesn't make sense.
do you think that potentially Sanguine lost motivation after the announcement, you know, and that only one team from the region is going to come out? Like if you're scrimming against Hype Unit, you know you play against them, they play each other 4 times,
Four.
4 times, like. They probably know that they probably knew that Hype Unit was better than them pretty early on in the season, and that they
Or early in the
saying-
season, it was
they were
super
close.
close.
All their-
Yeah.
Even
I think
recently-
Sanguine was ahead.
Sanguine
and-
like was
sorry.
one like it could have been like the other way around.
Sanguine was one fight away from taking their last game,
Yeah.
if I remember correctly. It was like dummy close, I think.
And overall, like Hype Unit was like losing games to Exile, and I think a little bit to 5-Sec. And I think overall, Sanguine
Hype
kinda
Unit was
came
like
out-
3-2ing.
yeah, they were
everyone.
3-2ing everyone at like the first 3 or
Yeah.
4 weeks of the
Yeah,
season.
that was so.
It was so weird.
And it was like that at that point, Sanguine could have like been number 1 come to
Yeah.
land despite the announcement. But I think once you do like start losing the head-to-heads, like maybe you're down 0-2 in the head-to-heads, is when like you maybe lose motivation as a PML player.
Yeah.
And maybe that factored into the last set.
Maybe. I mean, they still have a shot, but it really is in Hype Unit's hands. And losing to Exile, I think.
They don't even have a shot.
No.
right?
Now
Yeah,
they don't. 'Cause
no.
They just lost to Exile.
Yeah.
Great
But
play
they
by
did.
Exile though. They kind of pounded that set. That like the only reason they didn't win as like immediately was Ancient didn't wall mid. He was like distracted. Jaguar Falls, he's a Nara. He was looking at Sun, and Barrack just mounted mid and capped. They would have had OT and won the game on the spot. But shit happens.
We need more NA off tanks.
You're more NA off tank. Yeah, you're right. Well, I mean, wait, there's Tay.
There's Tay, and that's it.
Ancients.
Neo.
I think the other one. Oh yeah, stop it.
Well, Neo, but
Sorry.
like
Effects in the wings somewhere, waiting for a spot. Waiting for Neo to leave and become blaster for Sanguine.
I think Ancient's a pretty good tank in PML. For NA.
I thought he was good like last year when I remember like ringing with him or seeing him play, and I thought he was pretty good.
Well,
Last
I agree. Playing with him, I thought he was pretty good too. Like honestly, I talked about it during the cast that he was kind of been impressing me. I think Asdiv played way too aggressive in that set. Where you watch like any game Asdiv was playing Makoa, he was like, it's like it felt like he always had Ancient Rage. Like I don't know what he was doing, but it was like he kind of like threw some defenses. Oh my god! And there was one point where like I don't know, Asdiv pressed W through us. Yes. Okay, so you were there. You know, he kind of just he inted once or twice. I won't lie. I will be dead honest. He kind of inted a couple times, but his team ended up winning the game, so it worked out. And PPL last week, I need to actually bring up the matchups because
it was a rough week, man. Rough week.
Rough week for us.
let me see.
We got O2'd.
We got O2 too. It was not fun.
We played Navi,
SSG.
SSG.
See, I don't know what it is,
that
man.
Right? Did we? Is that
Was
right?
that
Yeah, yeah, that's SSG
Definitely
Navi.
SSG. I think it was Navi first.
Did you have Kanga too and one? I thought you went
No,
1-2.
no. We played Kanga
The week
the
before.
week we played them.
Okay.
Yeah. Wait. Yeah.
Yeah.
I was right.
We
We
played
had
Kanga
Navi,
first.
then we had Kanga.
SSG first, 4-2.
Wait, did we only play SSG?
Yeah.
Oh, well, okay. Never mind.
Still
We had
a rough
0-1.
week.
0-1.
Still a rough week.
Yeah.
It still counts.
Dude, these weeks blend together. It's
They
not-
they do.
Yeah.
Especially when you have like games after games after games. Just because of like how SSG schedule was, like you're playing every week basically.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. SSG have like one non-stop week basically.
Yeah.
They actually have off next week. I think they have an off weeks for some reason. Wow. I know they missed like 7 weeks and they still get
Probably
an off week.
VP's situation probably helped them out with that.
Yeah,
a little
yeah.
bit.
No, I think they always had this off
Really?
week. I think it just like Like this week, there's only 2 games tomorrow and then 1 game on Friday, because of like VP's travel and SSG getting a week off. But they actually play this week. SSG play Kanga again.
They play us as well. Or wait, no.
You play Nip.
God, dude, it's so hard to remember. Man.
I'll bring your
Honestly,
like,
the schedules get changed all the time too, man. Like they tried to straight up bone us with these bye weeks. Like SSG's match got rescheduled into one of our bye weeks.
Yeah.
And then VP got rescheduled into one of our bye weeks, and I had to talk to him. I had to be like, this is kind of absurd. Just because we live here doesn't mean we shouldn't get the same amount of time off as everybody else. Like we shouldn't just have to completely cater. And luckily they rescheduled our VP match, so we were able to still get the bye week. That's why I'm all confused.
Yeah, because
Our schedule sucks because we like front load all of our games like one half of
you
the
guys
season.
have like 3 more games than everyone else, right? Because
yeah,
because you don't
everything
play
is front
SSG.
loaded. It's so stupid.
Well, because you guys play SSG in like later weeks. That's why. Like you play SSG week like 13.
Mm-hmm.
Week 7 and 13.
Week. No, week 11. We would play them next week.
Okay. When did you play? Did you already play them once? You did.
Yeah.
Yeah, you
Oh,
did.
the
Okay.
We
first
played them
one,
once. Yeah. But I feel like our schedule is so front loaded. Like we'll have like 5 games and everyone else has like 2.
So we can talk about last week's game a little bit. So SSG NV, honestly, not really a surprise to me, honestly, just because SSG like historically always find like the upper hand on you guys. I don't know what it is. As the
PPL,
ex-coach of SSG, I just don't. Yeah, in the PPL, not ever since the PWC, they just decided they're never going to lose to you guys again. Like it's just I don't know what happened.
3-3, 3-3 on Bright
Yeah.
loss.
Yeah, never
Yeah,
again.
exactly. They're just like, all right, we're tired of losing. Like even as their coach, I have no idea. As their ex-coach, I have no clue. It wasn't nothing to do with my preparation, nothing to do with anything. They just showed up on the days where they would play the best they did, and then just like the next day lose. It's like,
That schedule was so bad.
Okay.
Do you know about you were there for the original Inception PPL schedule, right?
Oh,
Where you
the
played-
first
I played
one.
Renegades-
He was with SSG,
Yeah.
and they weren't
And
even. They didn't even know what was
Yeah, so
going
it'd be
on.
like Renegades Kinga Thursday, Friday Renegades Kinga, and you don't play them for the whole rest of the.
Yeah,
12
you
Yeah.
played both of your matchups
There
the
was-
same week.
Yeah.
It was.
So you would literally just.
It was not the right
It's like a
play.
best of 2, a best of 7s.
I don't know
well, yeah.
how
What
that
happened
even
was like, I didn't get to see it because I was.
Not even with SSG.
Not
Yeah,
even-
right?
Yeah, you were
SSG,
because
yeah.
I was early.
I joined really late.
February.
I
Mhm.
joined like 2 weeks before week 1,
Mhm.
officially.
got. Mhm.
Yeah.
And even then, I still wasn't even in like the pipeline for content. Like you guys would get emails, and I'd just be like Aries would post like something in Portuguese in the Discord, and I'd be like, yeah, I'll run that through Google Translate and hope it tracks. Like, I have no idea what's going on.
Dude, I almost wish that schedule I went live at this point. Thinking
No.
back on it, man, it'd just been great just to see the reaction. I'm kind
That
of
would've been
jaded
tough.
nowadays, man. I still annoy them with my complaints and my criticisms of things they do, the league ops team, but it's hard
a
to, it's hard to
necessarily
find the
evil.
motivation, man. I'm struggling.
We need you, Meadow. We need
and
you.
it's just like I want to. It's just so tiring complaining all the time.
Yeah,
That is.
getting blamed for it, getting flamed about it. God.
Golly, being this lightning rod of hate is.
But
just
that was a good set. SSG.
Yeah,
us.
I was happy for them.
Yeah. I mean, like from my perspective, we lost 4-2, but we went down 3-0, or 0-3. So and all 3 of those I felt were incredibly
like
winnable.
close games. Yeah.
And then we won 2 to bring it back. I thought the reverse sweep was easily capable. If we had won that map 6, I didn't think they were going to touch us on map 7. And if we had won one of those first 3 maps, I think the set could have easily gone our way.
Mhm.
I mean, it really is. It really is a lot of back and forth, and I say this a lot in the SSG NV matchup, but I do feel like strong blasters kind of do a lot against your team because you guys put more resources into rock than you do random. So like that side of the map is a lot harder for you to control against teams that are blaster centric.
Mhm.
Why VP and SSG have always historically been good against you.
Yeah.
I mean,
I know what
Yeah.
I was just listening.
Oh yeah, no. I'm just saying like that's that's what I've always said on the desk in those situations, and I think it shows historically. Like there's the teams that have carry blasters always perform well against you guys. I think what was you guys beat VP before when they had Hikate Pule.
Yeah, we split.
What was the score of the game you won? Was it like a 4-0? Like
I think it was 4-1. I think it was 4-1.
That was a very different team to now, though. I
Yeah.
mean, obviously
Yeah.
they went from like 6th seed to like really good, and then they even beat you in MSI.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Like those teams have historically just been really strong against you guys. Anyway, moving on beyond that. Yeah, there are a lot of check marks here. Checkmark squad. Verified in Paladins, verified on Twitch, baby. The gang's all here. Verified God himself sitting right next to me. Metapusher, glad he could be here as always.
That's right.
Knights Navi.
That was tough. That was tough.
That was tough.
There was a few close games though. It was a few close games that we lost. There was like 2-3 threes. That's tough.
You guys did it about as well as we did. I'm not gonna lie.
About as well as we did too. I mean, we got the same amount of maps.
Navi's looking good, man.
Yeah.
They really are. They're definitely
Nino's
looking.
fitting in well.
Yeah, I really think it's. I think Nino's a really good player, but I think the most important thing is having somebody else who's motivated. You go from creatives who was on his last legs of his career, and I think the rest of the team probably felt that, and it's hard to get the morale up and stuff, and you bring in some fresh blood, somebody who's ready to grind, and it really just throws the morale really high and kicks them into high gear at the perfect time.
Yeah. I mean, as long as it doesn't fade by the time Worlds comes around, dude. Like
Let's
they'll
hope.
be feeling it. They are in contention. So many teams are in contention of winning Worlds.
Yeah, I
For
agree.
real.
Yeah.
Like whoever's running hot that day, it could actually be like anybody in the PPL.
Especially because half the tournament is on the same day.
Yeah.
It's not on the same day.
It's
2
like the day
days.
after. Whoever,
Oh, you're talking about at
like whoever
HRX.
comes in hot. No,
I
no,
thought
no.
I thought you were talking about quarters.
I am
Like,
talking about
there's
quarters.
a day break.
I'm talking about quarters.
Yeah, there's a day break.
Yeah. But like whoever's coming in hot through quarters and like teams that get to play.
Well, there's a
or
day-
who
there's
are-
a day that
coming
goes
in
on
after
to-
quarters doesn't matter.
No,
you
no,
got
no,
a
qualifying
2 week
doesn't
break.
matter.
Like
It's a 1 week break.
okay, still
1
you got a
week.
1 week break.
Yeah.
You're not carrying any momentum over that break.
Yeah, it's like
Mm.
well the way that it's gonna work is it's like all qualifiers Sunday to Thursday,
Mhm.
day break, qualifiers on Saturday,
Mm-hmm.
quarters on Saturday. Then
Week
next
off.
week,
Yeah.
semis and finals.
Yeah.
At HRX. That's like the time you guys boot camped last time, so I think it's like basically the same thing
Yeah.
Yeah.
in terms of that at least.
Yeah, that whole situation. I mean, like we don't want to talk about any specifics too much,
Yeah.
but like I just want to give my perspective because like we were there playing last year, and like there are a lot of people have talked about how there wasn't that many people in the audience, but like I think that's gonna happen the first time you put on a world championship like that at a new event, and like it's frustrating to me because I feel like both my team. We put on a great show for all the people there. The casters put on a great show. The production team all did. And I felt like we put on such a good show that it made people want to come back this year. Like, I really felt like there would have been a good audience for Paladins, much more than there was last year, by people. Because there was spillover crowd. Like, it was the Smite crowd that spilled over into the Paladins area. But those people watched our set. Like, I saw Smite pros watching the set because they just didn't have any room to sit in the Smite seating.
Because it was
So-
full up.
Yeah, and so
Well, that's because Smite, like, in general, it's so much.
it's NA focused.
Yeah,
Smite is
NA.
heavily NA
Yeah,
focused.
and Paladins is huge in Europe and
Brazil.
Brazil.
Yeah.
Like that's the thing. So that's why like the crowd is smaller for Paladins in comparison because
but I
people
felt
from EU
yeah.
and Brazil aren't coming
Yeah.
to HRX.
Yeah.
I just feel like we lost our chance. Like we didn't even get a fair chance. Like I feel like it's really unfair to judge somebody like their output based on the very first one. Like if you were to take
Well, it
chain
wasn't
reaction,
It was the first one at DreamHack Atlanta.
yeah, sure. But
Like,
I mean,
we
to
had
be fair,
it was
it's
held before.
yeah. But that was completely different because it
No,
was
the Cobb
we
Center
were,
is really different. Yeah.
yeah we
I've
shared.
never been.
Mhm.
So.
I mean, for finals we shared a stage. So, but what was I about to say? I just felt like we lost our chance. Like I felt like if you take chain reaction and you judge them by the viewership in the first episode, you're not gonna have a good like you're chopping
Yeah.
the legs off
Yeah.
before you even have a chance to grow.
Mm-hmm.
The online viewership was great.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
think
mean, we
had
oh,
more,
yeah.
I had more than Smite.
Paladins had higher peak than Smite did. They're in our set with
And that makes
SSG.
sense because of the where the people play.
Yeah.
Play in Europe and Brazil. They still want to watch the time. And that's the thing, like, that doesn't, this situation doesn't change anything for those people.
But it changes stuff for like people who wanted to come to HRX.
Yeah, I
There's
know,
one
I
day
know.
less of Paladins that people that bought tickets are
Yeah,
gonna get.
no,
Those
I
are the
agree.
people who
Yeah.
I feel really bad
Yeah.
for.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's
I've
the
seen
thing.
people on
At
Twitter.
the very least, that means that the players and the talent and everybody can meet those people. Whereas, like, if we had to do the full day, I would not have had a chance to like go on the floor really and be like, "Hey, what's up?" Like,
I mean, I don't know how many people who lose in quarterfinals are actually going to come to HRX. So just
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
I'm going to be honest,
It's not
it's
really
like
people
rubbing
qualified.
salt in the
like
salt
there
in the
really
wound.
wouldn't be a lot of, for at least like the
No, but there was plenty of time last year. We had quarters, semis, and finals all in. I thought there was plenty of time. We did
more for the
meet and
production
greets.
and the talent than anything.
Mm-hmm.
Because like we didn't have time really. I had a guy. I commissioned something in like a 30-minute break that I had last year, and the guy literally came up to the desk with my commission while I was doing a desk segment. I had to be like, like, please wait.
Yeah.
Come on.
But the thing is, like, a lot of them
You are
can't
working though. Like, to be fair.
Yeah. That's
Yeah.
what I'm saying. Like, but now we have a chance. But I don't know what we're doing on Friday. I'll be honest. I don't know what we're doing day one of HRX. Hopefully, it's walking the floor. I'll probably end up live streaming it or something on my phone. Give people a view of the situation. That'd be kind of cool. Meet people that are there. Why are you
Find
smiling
Metapusher.
at me?
Not that I'm just wondering what the view is gonna be.
What do you mean?
Just I don't know. It's like
Yeah, like a selfie stick.
yeah, no. I mean, like, what are you gonna like? There's not gonna be any paladin stuff to show.
The
up.
Paladins,
No, I'll walk the floor.
Yeah, I know.
The other tournament's DreamHack Atlanta. It's a big goddamn thing.
Mm.
I don't know if we're gonna have Rogue Company there, but if it's there, I'll show that. I just don't know. I know nothing.
you know,
What else? So, oh yeah, we just talked about Envy and Navi.
No,
Kangaroo
we
Renegades.
went back
No.
a week. We went back a week.
went
Can you
back
just
a
scoot forward?
What?
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh, what the fuck?
July 25th.
Yeah, I refreshed on
Yeah.
accident. It's Kanga SSG. That was a banger of a set.
Yeah.
Man, that was a long ass day.
Yeah, it was long.
A long freaking day.
That was just like back and forths, right? It was like one map.
Yeah.
I think Kanga like went 2-0 up or something like that.
No, they were
then
3-1
SSG
up.
brought.
Yeah, I think
They were-
SSG
they were
had like a
3-1.
reverse sweep
Mm-hmm.
a little bit. Yeah,
That's where
SSG
the
had like a
Kanga
pseudo
3-1
reverse sweep.
thing.
Mm-hmm.
Huge from SSG. They needed
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
Again, nobody no one wants to play doubleheader SSG. Scariest doubleheader
They
team.
are a scary team.
Except for right when they come back from a 7-week break. Everybody beats doubleheader 7-week break SSG. Nobody beats doubleheader house SSG. I don't know
They got
what it
the
is
house
about
buff, dude.
them. Why do they always win every doubleheader? I was the coach.
Did they
and
win
again-
both games?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They didn't win the game the next day, but they beat Envy and then they beat Kanga. Even back,
Yeah.
remember when they had that doubleheader and
Yeah,
they were
where
like
it's
the
40
greatest
games
team
in
in
one
the
weekend.
world? They just like 4-0'd every. It
Yeah.
was like 16-2.
Yeah.
Like, holy hell! I'm just sitting there in the coach room like
Yeah, we always talk about the Brazilian buff on our team.
The Brazilian.
Brazilian
one.
The
buff.
Brazilian buff. They just go hard.
The CDs just come back faster.
You know.
It's that latency that's gone. Let's see. But yeah, that was a great game. I was really happy to be able to watch that. So I was also surprised about some of the maps they picked and banned. That was kind of interesting.
Mhm.
This was a banger too, man.
Yeah.
Why did you guys have to have all the banger sets the week we only had 4 people?
I don't know, dude. I don't
Nobody
know,
had a
man.
break.
But yeah, that was a rough set from us. We did a lot of oopsies, a lot of goofsies.
Can I pull the curtain back a little bit? When I was walking back to the desk with Fawn, the door was open when Vapor was going in, and I heard cuss, and he was
You
pissed.
can definitely see it on the player cam.
Oh
too.
yeah.
No, it was like, I heard him go, "How did Ruckus touch?"
Yeah.
And then like, Vapor said, I couldn't hear what Vapor said because Vapor was talking quietly and away from me, and I heard,
Mhm.
"Really?" Like, I'm like, open the door to go back here. Well, I guess I'm not talking about that on the desk. Holy shit! Yeah, that was this is some anger maybe coming out from
Got a
that
little,
side. Close
risky
game
there.
though. It was close as hell.
For
Yeah, it was close
Kanga
up.
on Bright Marsh when they lost that map, I thought it was gonna be over after that.
Yeah, they came back.
They came back.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the thing about Kango, like, we actually, I mean, there's going to be, we did some content with Kango recently, and, like, we talked about how they're, like, this wild card team, like, you just do not know what's going to happen with Kango. Like,
Mm-hmm.
they take maps off of everyone. They bring out just random stuff. Like, and I like
Yeah.
that that's the identity they've kind of, like, shifted into. I feel like they're not as crazy with their drafts. I think the IO thing was just like a big part of it. And they're also putting out Lex when not many people are anymore. First
Mhm.
picking Strix kind of before anybody else too. I love that they're doing that, and I like that we have a team that has that capability. Like, just not afraid to just like say screw it. Like,
Yeah.
we won one scrim with this. We'll pull it out on match day.
They do some weird fucking shit in scrims. That's all I'm gonna say, dude. There's been some weird drafts I've seen.
Obviously no leagues.
No,
but, like,
league it
I
in
remember
life.
they had a match once where they just did like triple tank, and then next game they did triple DPS. I was like, all right, bold, and I like that. That's good. It's good that we have that. I mean, it definitely helped them against you guys. I think.
Mm-hmm.
Just like you never know what's gonna happen with
Just
them.
the weird shit, yeah.
And then not the SSG, man. I thought this was all right. I mean, I'm surprised SSG took a map. That's good for them against Navi.
Yeah.
They've taken multiples before, but like,
I don't think SSG's playstyle is good in a Navi, so I was surprised they got him out.
There was like a week in the middle of phase 1 where Navi and SSG boot camped. Like 6 hours a day.
Yeah, I
for
remember
an
hearing
entire
that.
week. And I don't think that's a leak because that's phase 1. Months ago,
Different
irrelevant
roster.
meta, different roster, irrelevant meta. And I feel like if SSD would remember what they learned about Navi in that week, it could help. But I feel like Navi having Ninu now, Navi's so much more flexible in how they play. It's really hard for SSG to adapt now, because Navi are now more flexible. I think they might be the most flexible team in terms of their play style.
I feel like I don't know. I feel like it just works for them. Like that's the thing is like everybody thought VP was the most flexible team at the start of the phase.
But not VP not flexible in their champion pools. Most flexible in the sense of like, I feel like they play the aggressive style and the passive style both very well.
I kind of disagree. I think Navi and both VP both have not one-dimensional, but they are very good at a specific comp, right? They're very good.
I mean, Navi's
they know a
better
bunch of
at
different
passive
tempos.
comp, for sure.
Yeah, they know a bunch of different tempos for that specific comp. Like Navi, they're going to be running a lot of double backline. They're going to be putting little resources in their off tank, right? Phoenix is going to get whatever he gets. He's going to get value out of it no matter what.
Yeah.
They're putting a lot of focus on the Mewtwo carrying and Ninu having good matchups. And it's been working out really well for him. And I think VP is different to where
Everything into Fish Echo.
everything's in the Fish Echo. Crunchy's just making room happen. Fish Echo's just
Erase
popping
is
up.
like, I'm just happy to be here.
Array's just sitting in the back line. Boom. Oh, I got a kill. Cool. But I think they're not one-dimensional, but they've perfected how to play a certain style of Paladins.
I think I can agree. I think I can actually agree with that. I think you're right. I think they just make their comps work in the different styles, and it seems like they're more flexible in that sense. And that's about last week. We can talk about this upcoming week, aka tomorrow, by the way. Make sure you tune in at mixer.com/paladinsgame, baby. The matchups are on our screen, not on yours, but we will obviously mention them. Kanga SSG rematch to start the day tomorrow, and then Renegades NIP.
Rematch already?
Oh, yeah, rematch right.
1 week after.
Yeah, it's like the old schedule.
It's not like the meta is going to change.
Well, yeah.
Oh,
much.
champion picks can be different.
Yeah, no, but I'm saying like,
The
We're in the world's
individual
meta anyway.
head-to-head meta
Yeah.
will probably change. You
Yeah.
know?
Yeah.
You learn a lot from playing at best of 7, especially one that goes
7 games, yeah.
So
and that's why I'm excited to see. I want to see what Kanga figure out from that last set.
Or what SSG ends up
you'll
doing better.
really be able to see who did their homework
That's true.
on that.
Neither team has a coach.
Neither team has to play another matchup as well, right?
No.
Pull that up.
Yeah,
Pull that
play
up.
SSG, I think. No, you're right.
Nope,
You're right.
yep.
You're right.
So both these teams only had to prepare for each other.
That's gonna be interesting.
Yeah,
Mhm.
that was actually something that I really wanted. Just a quick sidetrack for the league was
Yeah.
I really wanted everybody to be located here so the schedule could be done one match for every
Just,
team per week because I feel like it detracts from the level of play that teams can
Yeah.
bring to the table
also
when you have
detracts-
to prepare for 2 or 3 teams.
It also
and-
takes away from the amount of scrim partners you have every week.
yes,
Mhm.
exactly.
Because
But
like
you have
if all the
6
travel teams are back and you play the other 2 teams that are here, you're like, well, guess we're boot camping one team all week. Woo! Let's go.
I would also like it to be one game a week for every team.
Yeah.
Basically, it makes everything consistent, right? You get to watch your favorite players every single week instead of like,
Yeah.
oh, are the Knights playing this week? Oh,
Oh, I
are
don't get to watch
MV...
VP for 4 weeks.
Makes sense
Oh.
too with from the org.
Quando SSG
perspective.
Yeah.
jogar? Quando SSG jogar?
yeah,
Every-
basically
Now
that.
they'll know every week.
Yeah, and every week would just make so much more sense. It would help out with viewership. It would make everything simpler for the players. You'd have better scrims. It would be so many benefits.
But ultimately, I think it's the good thing for the match, the SSG Kanga, is that
Yeah, agreed.
that they only have to focus on each other, and I think that'll make a really good set. And honestly, I don't think this will be a 4-3. I think this one will be decided more quickly. I think one team is going to come in and have learned more from the past week, and that team is going to win decisively. Maybe
Honestly,
not 4-0,
yeah.
but quickly.
Yeah, honestly, like if we're gonna make predictions like we always do, I would actually potentially give the edge to Kanga. I would say
Really?
maybe Kanga like 4-2. Like purely because I think Kanga will take more away from it, and I feel like as the set went on last week, the tanks on Kanga performed way worse.
Mhm.
Like the tanks on Kanga started really good, and they were like there was a match where they, sorry Freeze, yeah, I'm explaining why. There was a match like in the middle of it where Rhino and Joel's combined were like 2 and 26 or something, 27, and like yeah, obviously KD doesn't
Yeah,
Meaning-
because like one of them was probably playing Ash.
I-
Ash is just a feed.
Oh,
bot.
yeah,
If you
your
go
job is
positive
to
on
feed.
Ash, you're a god.
Or you're doing something wrong.
Yeah,
It
yeah,
could
yeah.
be that.
You
No,
have a
but, like-
shadow game where you're
but-
like
Yeah.
24-0 on Ice Mines and you lose.
One thing I want to bring up, Kresnik, did you think about the Brazilian buff?
What is the Brazilian buff?
Where they just pop off?
Well, they always do that. And like, of course, I think SSG can.
I think that's racism. I mean,
They're just
I
nuts.
think so, right? Like,
They're
if that was-
nuts.
if you said it was a Brazilian nerf, that would be racist.
Okay, maybe. But
Yeah, think about anyone
I
else in
don't
the
mean to
league.
call you a racist,
Think
buddy.
of-
That's not what I meant by it.
Think about anyone else in the league. If you were talking to Hero and you're like, "Oh, it's the Latino buff," like,
Yeah.
it would definitely be a little weird.
But with my predictions, I would say it's gonna be 4-1 SSG. I think SSG's gonna learn a decent amount, and they're gonna be coming in hot.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it'll be SSG win probably 4-1 or
Am I the only
4-2.
one signing with Kanga? Oh God.
Uh-oh.
Help me,
He
Meta.
said
Wait,
it'd
what
be
is-
whoever did homework.
Kanga
Do
or
you
SSG?
have a preference? If you had to pick?
I'll if I have to what? Just to pick.
Yeah,
who to
just
win?
like just
Yeah.
like pick a score.
Oh, okay. 4-2 SSG.
Well,
Ooh.
Sorry.
that's fine.
The only person who wasn't on
It's fine.
SSG.
Now I've sacrificed my ability to get invited to the barbecue dinners.
True.
I went to the steakhouse with them after they won those last games.
I hope it was worth it at the end of the day.
Yeah, the last one I'll ever be invited to.
We'll have a reunion back at the house, Krezzy. You can come over.
God, I think I left my Apple Watch charger there, by the way.
Yeah, you did. I've been walking around with Scrim's twirling it. dude.
What,
No
dude?
joke.
No! Oh my
I didn't
God.
know it was yours. I just saw a white cord laying on the floor.
Yeah, that's
Oh,
totally
no.
fine. Can you bring it next time?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Okay, thank you.
I'll bring it
Next time.
Because like
Friday.
my Apple Watch is literally just like on the floor in my closet because I have no
Dead.
good stuff. And I was like, even earlier I was out and I was just like, I miss my Apple Watch. Like every time I get a text, I'm like, oh, like every time. Hoping Sadak doesn't drop Cole in this week. Me too. The other game that day is going to be NIP Renegades, and this is
Interesting.
a 7-8 matchup.
Yeah.
A what?
No,
7-8
no,
matchup.
no, it's like a 6.
Oh, no, no,
matchup.
no. It's 8-6, yeah.
It's
It's
not.
a-
No,
it's
a-
Nip,
this-
Nip
in
is
this
still like
phase?
second seed.
Yeah, yeah, but like
No, I think Nip is it's considered 6. I think they're above SSG right now.
Okay. Like skill
Wait,
wise,
you're
like
talking
I'm
about-
Or
talking
like this
internal
split.
we're not talking about
This
this
split.
split. I think we're talking about skill wise.
Skill wise?
Yeah.
I'm talking about like my mental,
Oh.
my tier
Mental
list.
like tier list.
I think this is like a 7-8.
I think it's a
Matchup.
6-8. But
I think it's a 6. You think
it's
SSG 7?
I think Knights is still worse than Nip. I think Knights is still.
Knights just
7.
beat Nip.
Knights beat
Yeah,
Nip.
like-
Knights beat SSG.
I don't know where to put them then. I think it'd be 7th.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
I think
I,
they
think
can
I
win.
think this is a 7-8 matchup.
I mean, Nips lost so many games in a row at this point. Did they?
Yeah.
Did they get a win, or
I
are
think
they
they
still
stopped
on
the
that?
spree.
They beat SSG.
They
They
beat
beat
SSG.
SSG, yeah. But before
No,
that,
we
they
beat
were on
SSG.
what, a four.
Yeah,
Five
and that was
games,
like
I think.
SSG like day one.
Yeah, that was when we beat SSG, right?
That
Yeah.
was a week after SSG. It was a week after.
Oh.
Yeah, but still, they
But
were
still.
still reeling. Like they
Mhm.
didn't have a goddamn fridge in their house.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
They didn't have their PCs. They were still coming here to scrim.
Mm-hmm.
They just got good enough internet for them all to be able to stream. They couldn't at first. They had fiber, but it wasn't good.
Yeah, I was talking to Aries for that whole thing.
Yeah, it was rough.
He had me sending pictures of our router, and he was like, "How do you have 6 PCs connected to that?" It was
I
rough.
had to buy them on Amazon. I had to prime them like a Wi-Fi adapter to their
Really?
house so they could scrim because only 4.
Yeah,
plugged into the router.
Sadak was on Wi-Fi for a few days.
He still is on Wi-Fi.
Oh, is he? Okay.
I think so. I had to buy them an adapter.
Yeah, and the
Can't
guy
you
who
just
we have,
get, like,
we have
a-
it's like a the Ethernet cord runs
Something
from your router
called-
to that, and then you can do 3 more off.
Yeah.
And we sent that to him, and I was like, he was like, "How'd you get that?" And I was like, "The dude who installed it just gave it to us." And then we found out it's the same. We have the same company. Our guy was just super nice and gave us something for free.
Oh, nice.
So
Yeah, and also like when we got there. So when they got there, I don't think I talked about this, but when we got to the house, the guy who was supposed to be there with the keys just was asleep at his house, and Aries has no way to contact anyone. I called Aries an Uber at the airport because no one was answering him, and he wasn't provided a ride because you're actually not provided rides when you move here.
when you live here
Mhm.
as a resident,
Yeah, and they didn't know that, so I had to get Aries a ride from the airport to their house. I met Aries at their house, and thank God I did, because otherwise he would have to sleep in the goddamn hammock in the back. Like
Wow.
because he has no way to contact anyone. He doesn't know the Wi-Fi. The router wasn't set up, so there was no Wi-Fi password he could have been
Mhm.
onto. I had to I had to contact SSG for him, and I'm like, thank God I'm still in the group DM, dude. like, hey, no one's here.
That's tough.
Like the guy who had the keys just wasn't there. He showed up later. Like he woke up and was like, "Oops." Almost left the Brazilians on the street. Well, I got dealt with, but good God, that was a disaster. Anyway, Nip Renegades.
Yeah.
7 versus 8 matchup. In my head, I think either team could take it. I think Nip are definitely coming back a little bit from how they looked before. Having a win, just having a win, I think is huge.
I mean, look at that win though. They were up 3-0 and they lost. Almost got complete reverse sweep. I think.
But still, just like you got to know how big that gap is,
Yeah.
right? As soon as you beat a team, you're like, after you lose 7 games in a row, however many, and then you get 1 win, like that's something.
Yeah.
But then you go home for a week where it was notably less people. What do you call it?
Scrims.
Like,
They have no one.
And
Because
Navi
All
was
business
there
doesn't
for a
scrim.
bit.
Yeah.
Navi was
Yeah.
there for a bit, but not. I don't know how long enough to get.
They had to deal with
scrims.
they had to deal with the EU servers if there was
Yeah,
Navi too.
drafting that whole mess. So I don't know. I think there's definite potential for either side to win it, which
Yeah,
is
I agree.
which like I mean, if you go back 2 months to the end of phase 1,
Yeah.
that sounds like
Yeah.
a heretic statement.
Yeah.
But I think it's the case. I think it's going to be a really close set. I've got Nip winning 4-2 or 4-3.
4-2 or 4-3.
Yeah.
Okay. I think Nip could take it too. I think it can go either way. I think it's a 6 or 7 game set either way. I'm not even gonna pick a side because I'm gonna be wrong. Whoever I pick. It's just the way I roll.
Nice. You should pick Nip, so Hiro.
It's a 6 or 7 game win. Yeah. You know what? Nip 4.
Yeah, this is an NA podcast.
You're right.
So.
Nip 4.
NA.
Buddy?
I'm gonna go 4-1 Nip. I think Nip's gonna come into this week looking stronger.
4 Renegades.
I think it'll be a 7-game set.
Okay. And then you lose.
No.
Then we lose.
Yeah. I mean, it happens.
Yeah.
I mean, well, listen. You guys finally got your house, right?
Yeah.
I saw
Everyone's on Twitter,
Shadow's
right?
video.
Yeah,
on Twitter.
Shadow.
Everyone's
Yeah,
moving
but-
in slow.
And you even got your chef too, Shadow also.
Yeah. Viral just came into the house.
Dude, I
this
almost
morning.
vomited when he posted that picture.
Dude,
of the
there's
Takis.
so many.
The Takis in the
ugly.
milk. That almost made me vomit.
He actually ate it, by the way, and he's like, "I'm never doing that again."
God,
I was
you
like,
don't tell me that, dude.
Yeah,
That's
no.
nasty.
I thought it was just a meme, and then
He's
I'm like,
been on,
"Shut
like,
up, let's-"
You're getting kicked from my team if I see that, dude.
It's
like
that. So this
that's
week,
that's not allowed.
There's
in
been
the
like 3
NBA
of them,
house.
right?
yeah, there's been a bit. So,
We interviewed him today. That wasn't milk. It was hot sauce.
it was hot
as
sauce. It was
milk.
hot sauce.
Wait, what?
Yeah, it was Takis like drenched in hot sauce to
sauce.
drink, like to eat as cereal, but with hot sauce.
Wait.
Does that make sense?
There was not Takis in a bowl of milk.
No, it was Takis
No.
in a bowl of hot sauce.
Hot sauce.
How? That was white.
It was,
don't
no, the
follow
bottom was white.
The bottom of the
You have
bowl
the
was
stage
white.
bridge? The bottom of the
Oh.
bowls are white.
Oh,
There was no milk.
Does that make it better?
It
or
looked like there was milk in there.
It was just Takis and hot sauce.
That's I'm about to. I need to
Look it up. But we actually interviewed Shadow today, and we said like, when did you start deciding to follow your dreams of being a chef?
Oh, that'd be some good content. Cooking
Yeah.
with Shadow.
Cooking with Shadow, dude.
Cancel King of the Ring,
Dude,
whatever it's called.
can we bring Shadow to our apartment again?
Yeah, we're gonna do some cooking.
Oh, yeah, by the way, for anyone who doesn't know, me and Hiro live together now.
Yes. That's why Invoco and Shadow are left alone to do experiments.
Weird
and-
things.
Yeah.
Dude,
This week,
I
Myra
swear to
went
God,
to
me
TwitchCon.
playing Fire Emblem for 7 hours a day definitely grounded Shadow and Invocal. Like they were definitely just like sitting. They were just sitting in the chair watching me play Fire Emblem like for hours. Shadow was with me my entire like 80 hours of my Blue Lions playthrough.
And then when he wasn't, he was asleep. He was doing
Yeah.
shenanigans
He
like
slept.
cooking. Yeah.
He's like,
He wasn't doing talkies. We went to the grocery store once. At this point, they've been there like 3 times to get snacks and stuff to do their Twitter.
What?
well, we're not gonna tell people we left a moldy thing of Alfredo in the fridge either.
No. VP
Because
already
Invocal
knows.
cooked Alfredo and then like just left.
It was 2 things.
By
We
the
didn't talk
time we
about it.
finally realized he left it in the fridge, we're like, wait.
I don't want to touch it.
And we like saw a little bit coming out of the side. We're like,
And that's
I
not
ain't
it.
touching that.
Vocal and Viral had a room,
Not
and
our
they
fault.
also they cooked in
they
there.
did something else and
And
they left it in the
and
fridge
so
also.
What the Renegades rooms had like
Moldy food in the
assumable
fridge.
moldy food in the
because people cooked
moldy
it
pots.
and then like didn't put it in like a
Do you
container or
have to
anything.
get rid of the? You don't have to clean out the fridge.
no.
It's part of room. It's part of housekeeping.
But
Yeah,
like
yeah,
I
it's
think
gross.
It's definitely messed up.
I mean, yeah, sure, but
Like, listen, I didn't do it. I wasn't touching it. If the people who cooked it wanted
Yeah.
to touch it, it was all on them.
I just didn't want to like open it, release the
Yeah.
nastiness. So I was just like, someone will get that.
We
eventually.
saw a little bit coming out the side, and we're like,
It was growing.
that's
It
not
was
our
a
fault.
colony.
If
There
Invocal
was-
wanted to clean it, he would have. But that was on them. But anyway, final game of that tomorrow. Well, final game
Friday.
of this. It's on Friday. Only 2 games tomorrow. Only 1 game on Friday.
1
and
o'clock.
IP
Let's
and-
go, baby.
Nip Envy.
You guys
1
don't
PM.
understand that sleep in power.
Actually,
That's
yeah.
good. That's good.
If any team needs it, it's my team, okay?
Yeah, you guys.
I'll make sure that we change the schedule so you guys are first every week.
Nice. MV basically did that this season.
But
Yeah, we played. I think this is our first match of the day in a row.
Really?
But it's fine. I
Jesus.
honestly I prefer that because we don't really have trouble waking
because
up.
otherwise, then you sit
And
in-
also,
you
yeah,
sit
that's
here and win.
Brandon brought that up to me. He was like, "It's so nice knowing when you're gonna play. Like, you don't show up here and then it's like, oh, this could be a 4-0 and you get 2 games of warm up, or it could be a 4-3 and you're sitting there for 30. You're sitting there for an extra 45 minutes to an hour. And then you get hungry right before.
Yeah.
That actually happened to us like 3 times the last 2 weeks, and it was all because of SSG too. It was the NIP and SSG set where we had to wait for, and there was also another set with SSG that we had to wait for just because they randomly just come out of nowhere and
They're
just
gonna
win all
get
these
3 maps
games.
straight.
Oh.
But yeah, so NIP Envy, I think this is so sided to you guys personally. Because like what I said before, you guys struggle against teams with strong blasters. Alex is good, but he's not their carry. They put all the resources into the other side of the map, and I think that opens up so much for Envy. I think it does. I think it's a great matchup for them. And I mean, Envy historically were taken down in NIP when they were good, like when they were like this dominant team. So not just because Metapusher so kindly came out for this reaction, but I'm gonna give it to Envy probably 4-1.
4-1. I'm thinking this is going to be a close set. I'm thinking it's going to go 6 or 7 games.
You think so?
Yeah, I think it's going to be a close set. I'm going to go, I guess 4-3 Envy. The main reasoning is just because Envy has more momentum than what NIP has this split. I think that's the main thing. I think both teams are kind of close to each other right now with like how they are in the meta, but we'll see.
I think it'll be 4-1 or 4-2 Envy.
You can ignore me. I don't know where my keys are.
They're over here.
Oh, they're over there? Okay,
your
they're
bag,
in my
yeah.
bag. Okay, cool. Sorry, I was starting to panic. Like, I mean, I'm sure you have yours, but... So I need them. Oh, did you?
Yeah. 4-1 or 4-2 for Envy.
Oh, well, hang on. For mine,
Uh-oh.
I'm gonna come over here to the bad opinion zone.
Bad opinion
Come
zone.
over here.
Oh,
Not you guys don't have bad opinions. I just need you to go somewhere else. I think if Envy wants to beat NIP, Random Noob and Metapusher are gonna have to come up with some crazy drafts, or else they're just gonna get 4-0'd. That's just how I feel about it. So, putting that out there.
It's almost like you're reenacting something.
Oh my
Has
God.
anyone ever else
That was pretty
done
spot
that?
on.
Yeah.
See, the best part is...
He's big hands pointed down.
Always hands.
Simpsy doesn't have a card to get in here, but I swear to God, if I looked up, I could have seen him. We're gonna make
He's
that-
running
He's
right
got
now.
a knife.
We're gonna make that window the bad opinion zone if Simpsy's ever here, because then he could just stand there and be like... Alright.
But no, I think I think it'll be 4-1 in our favor. I think we handle Nip's cheese probably better than anybody, and I think that's why we've had the success against them. And I think it'll probably keep going. I might have, but I probably just jinxed
Oh yeah,
myself.
he is
so.
a penguin right now, so he's not coming here anytime soon.
Alright, well, that's it for the games. We can talk about PML PCL, but I think we should just leave that topic for when I said MSI. When HRX qualifiers are written in stone and decided. Next week, I think, should be like the official we know for sure week. So we're gonna go to the thing that makes this show last an hour longer than it always needs to.
Woo!
And
Q&A.
We're Q&A in the new office airing
Space.
space, I guess.
Well, come to our desk. Ask
Yeah.
us questions.
Yeah. Anything you guys want to know, as always.
Dude, and I normally carry this from home. I normally give half the questions.
Yeah,
so
you
chat's gonna
literally
have to
do.
step
Yeah.
up. I can't question myself.
What do you think about Paladins 2.0? What is that?
Rogues.
What?
Rogues Company or whatever it's called.
Oh, I have a feeling it's not going to be like that.
I mean,
It looks completely
Hi-Rez has released games after Paladin's release that came in thinking they'd be the 2.0 and they haven't. So like
Yeah.
that's not how. Like a lot of people are really confused on how game development works. Like they're not killing Paladins because Rogue Company's coming out. Like Rogue Company could die in 3 weeks.
Could
and-
it be a Realm Royale?
Yeah, I mean, like Realm Royale hasn't died, but like it could be Realm Royale that didn't blow up and have the big success. So like
Yeah.
they're not. It's not like, oh, we're announcing our new title. Let's scrap everything Paladins. That's not how development.
That might have
works.
been how like it was in the past.
Mm.
Like look at like what they did to Tribes, what they did to Global Agenda, but clearly that's not the goal anymore.
That was also a
If
different.
that was the goal, Smite would be dead.
That was a different era too for video games in general. That was
Yeah.
like what 2005, 2006.
Yeah. Things are really different now.
Mhm.
You're like, don't worry about Paladins or anything. Is a hot dog a sandwich?
Yes.
Sure.
I mean, yeah.
It's-
If you
it's
care
a-
about that, sure.
Yeah.
I actually have something to bring up. Now, is it normal to put ketchup on pasta?
No.
No,
What?
God, no.
Okay,
like
I just
tomato
want to make
sauce.
sure.
Tomato sauce.
Tomato sauce, yes,
Does
I agree
Does
with
Sims
there.
do it?
Sims does it.
That's weird.
It.
Just put
I
marinara
saw it
sauce
today,
in
and
there.
I wanted to throw
So
up.
like, hold on. Like, what kind of
Right, that's
pasta?
like a Swedish.
It was.
I
It
don't
was
think
like-
it's a Swedish thing. I think it's what kind of
Well,
He
pasta?
like,
said it was
in-
European. It was like a ravioli kind
I
of.
need more.
He put ketchup
I need a-
on it
so
with
extra
hot
tomato
dogs.
I need
on
a
top.
larger.
No, there was no
Swedish
sauce.
sample
It was
size.
only ketchup
And
for
just-
sauce.
Just like
credit.
ravioli.
Just
one weird
ravioli, like spinach ravioli
Yeah.
It's
with
different.
hot dogs and
No,
ketchup.
it's different. It's different than just tomato. So what I'm thinking is like in Brazil they put like ketchup and shit on pizza.
That's
Okay.
fine.
Really?
Was it ravioli with tomato sauce and he
No,
also put
nope.
ketchup on it?
Nope.
But it was just like so it was just like carbs, cheese, and he put ketchup on it. I get it.
There was no cheese in
Yeah,
like
What was in the
ravioli.
ravioli?
It was like a.
Ravioli.
I don't even
There was
know.
What's in ravioli?
ravioli
Sausage.
sauces.
Ravioli
What was
normally
it-
has
what
like
was
some
in the
sort of
ravioli? What was in
sausage
the ravioli?
blend.
I have
inside
no
of it.
clue.
If it was cheese, okay,
Cheese.
it was
Okay,
cheese.
cheese,
That's what I'm
sauce.
saying.
Why put the
It was
ketchup?
just carbs and cheese, and he
Carb,
put, he
cheese,
put
That
ketchup.
sounds like a terrible.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's
just-
weird.
It's disgusting.
Just put
but
the
I
tomato
get the
sauce
concept.
in. Put the tomato sauce in and have yourself like a real meal. Like, why are you putting the
What is
ketchup in?
Cuss doing? Cuss
Yeah.
is supposed to be the dad.
Cuss is letting Vapor like eat like fried
Dude,
cheese every
Vapor-
night. Like,
Vapor's on the frozen meal diet
yeah,
still.
Vapor's like, do you have any pictures
Or
of
chicken
goldfish?
tenders.
Like, he's struggling eating goldfish because he like,
The best chef for Vapor would be Shadow.
yes.
Like, let's be honest. Shadow would cook meals that Vapor would eat.
Yeah, they're
I-
pretty similar. Shadow like likes Chick-fil-A. Like, he's very limited in his like palate. I'd say he tried salmon,
Oh, shit,
which I
it's
know
not a
Vapor
touchscreen.
Vapor would never. Vapor wouldn't try salmon, but you know Shadow has been experimenting a little bit. But I think they're very similar in food taste.
Somebody asked who is the best cook, right?
Who cooks the best food in PPL?
I mean,
Oh.
for
Mintow is a pretty good cook. I'm not
for,
gonna lie.
for
Oh,
our
yeah, okay.
team, it's probably Rock. Rock
I would
makes his fancy, healthy.
Yeah,
Really?
It's
Yeah, Rock does.
I mean, the cooking itself is fine. There
Ruben-
might be some
Ruben cooks
issues
for
with
himself too.
Might be some. Wait, what?
Ruben cooked when he was down. When Ruben cooked.
Rubu
Does he
uses
just
an
cook?
air fryer.
No,
I
but
mean,
I'm saying.
Rubu cooks, yeah.
Yeah, Ruben cooked when I
Oh.
was there. I mean, I watched him cook. I was in your living room. I had nowhere else to go.
Yeah.
Other than the ravioli with ketchup, Sims is actually a decent cook.
Really,
Yeah.
What do you
He
cook?
actually cooks some good stuff.
better than Cuss. Better than Cuss's burgers.
I mean, it all like they just cook different things. Sims is pasta focused.
There's
So,
two. There's two
Sims
that we
actually
skipped
cooks.
too.
Sims
Cuss
is
just
a one
grills.
trick.
I think Cuss is more of a one trick, no?
No.
A one-trick cook. So
Yeah.
there's two that we skipped that I'm gonna go back for. One is who BMs the most in PPL because we don't get to see like chat. I guess like you can't see whispers, but like.
But technically, in the rules, not allowed to whisper other
Really?
players.
But I'm sure people.
Well,
do.
that's in game.
in game, yes.
I don't think anyone whispers in game.
No,
Yeah,
you're
yeah.
if
No,
if
if
you
you're-
do that, it's you're breaking the rule. Like you
Mhm.
could be potentially like it's like
Now out of game, like
yeah
before
in
the set and
scrims
stuff
or-
like that.
Yeah, when
Yeah.
you're
Oh,
when
in
you're-
scrims,
before
no,
you're
I never
drafting.
DM anyone, dude.
Yeah.
Never.
So,
who
yeah.
BMs the most?
You guys, you have such a big scrim sample size here. I think that's.
I think Ricotta does like sneaky BM, like drool BM. To like every team, I
But
feel
that's
like.
not the most. I think there's someone that has to.
I
the
think
most.
like
I mean, do you
Bonker's
consider like
pretty high
do you
up
consider
there, I
like
think.
just spraying and
No.
emoting people to be
maybe
BM?
emoting, but
because
not
like
spraying, no.
Emoting is different from spraying for sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
Any chance we'll see an all-star? We would have to organize it.
Dude, I don't know. Yeah, no, that's shit's not happening, Glenn.
Any.
Oh yeah, I guess actually we're like we can talk about with that too. Like, I guess I mean it's not an announcement, but I guess we could just say we're not getting. There's not going to be an Envy skin for Worlds. So
Oh, really?
I didn't know that.
yeah, there's not going to be. I mean Worlds is in like a month and a
Yeah.
half, and
You
nothing's
see,
came
well,
Well,
out.
the
like,
Navi one took forever, right?
It
Well, yeah,
was
but
in
it came
the-
out by HRX for the
pack,
bundle.
like, it
It
was
came
a
out in October.
bundle that
If
was
there,
with the
if
thing.
anything's gonna come out, it'll be like this next patch on.
We're not.
Wait, no,
there's
it's
nothing.
not.
There's nothing.
The next
coming
patch is
out.
November.
We're
right?
not getting.
We're
We're not getting it. I mean, we might get something,
The patch should be
but
in,
we're
like, 2
not getting a
weeks.
skin before Worlds. So put that out there.
yeah,
Sorry,
he's
guys.
such
I
a
honestly had no
bodies.
idea. I don't even know if that's a leak or not. I really don't even know.
What?
I had no clue that was happening.
Yeah,
I
I,
don't
mean
think anyone did
it's
with them.
it's whatever. We accepted that. I mean, when you're this late in the process,
That's
you know, a few weeks ago, and you haven't been consulted or there hasn't been any.
I
word
like how
about-
someone brings it up every like a month or so.
Yeah, I
it's
mean,
kind of.
it sucks. You know.
Get Shaolin with some sunglasses on.
Yeah, our goal though this year is to win again, and it just. Like,
Maybe
yo,
it's
all
gonna
right.
start-
So now you owe us 2. Like, what's up? I think dude, if we win Worlds again, you can give us 2 skins next year, right? Like, I
Is
think
this
that's
live?
fair.
Yes,
I mean,
it's
it should.
live.
I think that's fair.
That's why it's a Q&A, Mike. And the other one was, what do we think about Navi's? How has no one figured out Navi's like Moji on Jaguar Falls?
What do you mean figure it
I mean,
out? Just
Like
beat
how
it?
to deal with it? Yeah.
I mean,
I
you
think
haven't beat it because Navi's a really good team and it's a good strat. I mean,
Well, teams are taking maps off of Navi, just not Jag, not with Moji.
yeah.
But our team's taking maps like Renegade 6-0, Knight 6-0, MV 6-0. SSG took one map.
That's true.
I think Moji's just really good.
on that
Navi-
map, it's
yeah, on that map. Like,
I was gonna say
she's really good.
soundbite that, bro. I will play that everywhere.
Probably only on that map, and like maybe Bright Marsh, but Bright Marsh is annoying because some of the windows fuck with her.
Yeah, it's a lot of distance.
But I think nobody
True.
beat it because Navi's a really good team. Like I think if every
That's
team
true.
was running
Moji on
Moji on Jag Falls in every set, Moji would take a fair bit of
Yeah.
losses.
Well, I mean, the
It's
the
kinda
only
the-
loss Moji has was from a person who literally did not understand her firing mechanics.
yeah.
Ricotta literally
Wait, that
holding,
happened?
Ricotta literally holding left and right click on Moji, post rework.
that's
So
tough.
tilted.
That's tough.
So tilted.
But it's a good strat. It's a really
Yeah,
good
no,
strat.
it is. Moji's good
Moji
on that map.
frags on that map.
Yo, what about this 4-0 Terminus?
It's pretty good.
What about-
Pretty good, dude.
I think Term is peaked. I think this is
Is-
his peak. Sorry,
is
sorry,
Term, like,
Zarini,
6-0?
but I think it's the same. I think it's the same thing with almost any
Because
champ.
SSG didn't lose with it, right? They
No,
went both.
SSG lost with it.
They went
I think
1-1,
so.
I guess then. Because they won one
There's
ice
no way that
blinds map.
won
I thought they beat
I think they
someone
won
on
on
ice
stage
blinds.
two?
Yeah, on stage 2
Oh.
only. Because didn't they pull it out
I think
twice?
they played it one time.
They played it on ice, and Rashao has this build.
They
where-
beat us with it on,
Yeah.
on ice.
Rashao has this
Mm.
build that gives him 10% siphon recharge every time he swings, and I think they just run it into a Nora.
Yeah, that's a good build.
Mhm.
It's sick.
It's more into I think it was more into the drogue. That was.
Well,
that
you're
was
not
so,
swinging on the drogue, is what I'm saying.
But no, but you.
I was like,
yeah,
that
who
build
cares
is
about the,
pretty
who cares
good.
about the swinging? All you do is hold it up and block fire.
No, but it
spits.
gives you more siphon. That's the
Yeah.
point of the build.
I think it's
And you
fine.
fight the NR
you
well
wouldn't-
with
You
it.
don't need to run that build.
Well, it helps with
You
the
don't.
NR.
It
But I'm
helps.
saying it
Yeah.
was really fast.
It's an
to
NR
the
centric
sure,
build and it helps against the Drogo's matchup.
So Term is 5-0 this split then.
Yeah, it's the same
Maybe
principle
teams
of
just
Tenner's
need to
Pip
pick
on
it.
Jag.
I mean,
no, because Pip is just good on that map. Like, no one's beaten Tenner's Pip, yes, but like that's Tenner being really good with Pip.
and that was also
in
in
general.
the era of Nip's dominance, right? So it's like the same thing as Navi's Moji.
What are y'all's thoughts on?
Let's do the Pip one before.
Yeah. The combat medic Pip doesn't really highly matter.
No,
Hype unit ran it, but
I
no.
like combat medic Pip, but at the end
It's
of the day,
too much work for not enough.
It
Yeah,
looks
at
sick,
the end of the
Yeah.
day,
but-
it's almost useless when Cauterize comes online. Like it's real fun early on when you're shooting people, and like I like playing it with people who get up on like it's good with Terminus and like Khan and stuff. People who get up in people's faces because you hit them and you splash the enemies.
Yeah.
But when it comes caught, it's not enough healing, and you might as well run a Catalyst at that point.
Yeah.
So no.
That's true. I mean, I like it. It's fun as hell. Like when you're playing with the Drogos.
Yeah, it's so
When
sick
you're playing
to
with the
watch.
Drogos and you're like hitting air shots on him, and you're just like, I'm
Throwing
a god.
potion and shit
then you
like
look at the
that.
end and you're like, 99k healing. Like, wow, that was worth nothing.
Yeah.
What are our thoughts on how PPL content has been handled this LAN era? I mean, I can't. Things you've done well, not done well. I mean, this is kind of like directed at me almost, not fully, obviously, because I really don't have a lot to say, but I'm still a part of it. Things have done well, not done well, need to improve on. I think the content this phase has been very good.
I think
it's
it's
been
been
an improvement for
It's
sure.
been way better than what
Yeah,
Palace
But I think
was
there was
before.
still so much that they could have done this year that they didn't, just like house tours.
I mean, we
Yeah.
filmed a house tour.
I don't even-
I
yeah.
filmed an MTV Cribs style house tour with Rain Day.
Mhm.
That I don't know.
That never saw the light of
I don't
day.
know where that
I
shit
don't
is.
know. I haven't
Like
done
maybe they didn't want to do it because not every team has a house, but even then you used to have like what four or
Four
five?
houses.
And now SSG like.
Kanga House Tour came out. SSG
But it was
think
just
it's-
that was like
yeah.
a Kanga.
I think the
Specific.
content's been well. Something that like you guys as fans might not realize is there's a lot of back and forth between Skillshot and the players about getting them here because people in Staybridge don't have cars, so
Yeah.
they have to Uber here because
Even
high
Korea
res-
has to Uber.
Well,
because
they
high
can
res-
shuttle here also in the morning.
No,
there
they-
is free travel
Is
in the
there?
morning. Yes.
Wait, but you come here in the morning and then you gotta wait till 1 o'clock when they're
well,
gonna
if you're in the
film
State
with
Bridge,
you.
you're here to scrim anyway.
True. Yeah.
Unless you're VP and you go to Access.
Yeah, VP would be, but they have a
Which-
car.
But yeah, getting
Yeah.
people out here is
you
a
have a
hassle.
car?
So
Vex. He fits them all.
Oh.
Spuds comes here to.
Yeah, Spuds goes here to watch the scrims, and Vex drives them all.
Oh,
They
okay.
fight.
So like at the start of the last phase, there was a lot of issues with that of like them wanting us to be here at certain times and not being flexible with scrim hours and stuff. And so the second phase, they've done a much better job with that.
Yeah, I'm definitely like, I think the content in general with working with you guys, it's like always on the same day for the recording. It's always early, so it's going to be before scrims most of the time. Nobody's scrimming at 11 a.m.
I mean,
Well,
Some teams are, but
we
most
start
it
at
started
12.
at noon. Yeah, like
We
every-
started
almost
at
everybody
but like
starts
it's just
right
like 1
around
hour shifted back. It's really not like that big of a deal. And this way, you guys still get to sleep in. It's not like we're pulling you out at 9 a.m.
Well, Ricotta could not live that.
I don't know how he did that King of the Ring. I'm going to be honest.
Oh,
What
he
can
was
I
a
just say is
zombie.
this next King of the Ring is sick. Anybody, you definitely tune in before the broadcast tomorrow if it's ready, because this King of the Ring was so good. And it's already been shown on Twitter, so you guys know who it is.
Hmm.
Did you see it?
Yeah,
Invocal, Bittner.
Yeah.
It was.
Dude, I want them to
a
do a championship. I want them to
banger.
do a championship round. Like get 8 winners. Do 8 episodes, and then have a
bracket?
9th one. Do like a bracket for like a an 8-team.
That'd be sick.
Yeah. If there's no repeats.
Tell Dave. It's Dave's baby.
Yeah.
Dave's the one who kind of wants that to go. He wants predictions besides about what?
For what?
Predictions on what?
Oh, the King of the Ring.
Oh, yeah.
I know
Hiro
who
knows
it's- I
too.
know
Hiro
who
knows
it's-
too. Hiro was here.
Do we?
I have to go Invocal, obviously. He's
Can we tell
younger,
him the
he's got a better reaction
We're talking about
time.
the champs?
Yeah.
No, leave it a
No,
surprise.
Might be a spoiler. Yeah. I
Yeah.
don't.
I'm
I'll
going
say
Invocal.
tenor. I don't know, man. I think
It's got to
pretty
be
even.
Invocal, dude.
It's
You,
pretty even.
you don't know what Invocal's going to be doing in the 1v1. He's got the aim of a god, like the reaction time of a god. Like, there's no way Tanner
What if it's a
won.
Pip 1v1, dude? Who
I would
wins
still
it?
bet on Invocal,
Really?
dude. Invocal's
Is
nuts.
this the 1v1 god?
Yeah.
It's Tenor's Pip? Holy shit.
You just don't know what Invocal's going to do.
Or
So
Tyrant.
1v1, he's just like too OP because Invocal doesn't even understand what he's doing. So he can't lose it.
Martha, let's see. Oh, yeah.
So
So,
the best fashion sense.
best fashion. I don't know. Probably someone on Renegades.
Moon maybe.
Yeah,
Mhm.
I was going to say Moon at first.
Mm.
Alex got some. He's not like Alex. I wouldn't say Alex is like high
No,
fashion,
he's not
but
high
somehow
fashion.
somehow Alex just wears like a black T-shirt.
Yeah, he's
and I'm
looking
like,
clean.
He always
I'm like,
looks-
whoa, dude,
Yeah.
calm
That
down,
fit-
bro.
that fit,
He's always
dude.
like,
Oh,
yeah.
God.
Aries. There was one day where Aries came in. He was like looking like he was ready to go to the club. It was like the day before the match, like our first match. He was like all black, like a nice fitted shirt. I was like, "Yo, what's good, Aries?" Like, we're...
That's fucking hilarious.
What's up, my Buddha?
Spuds with the suits. I feel like
Spuds
you
with the
guys.
suits.
Are,
Yeah.
Spuds, for sure.
I'm not about
Maybe.
the suit in the studio life.
Yeah,
Fafer definitely is about the suits.
Are we-
I'll bust it out for Worlds, but you know.
Are you gonna bust it out for
Can
quarterfinals?
someone, can
No,
someone-
God, no, dude.
Can someone borrow Beanie's flannel suit?
Yeah.
No.
Who'd wear that?
Vapor.
Vapor? I can see your
I
Vapor.
can-
on.
I
I
can
could
see
maybe
paper
pull.
wear.
I could maybe pull it off. I'd wear it.
You can wear it, for sure.
Yeah.
Beanie Best Tricks, Acer X. How hard's the shift in lifestyle been on y'all in land phase? Yeah, how I mean, like, definitely different for these two versus Hiro. Well, now it's different for Hiro, because, again, Hiro lives here with me.
No, yeah.
So, like, how has the shift in lifestyle been for you guys moving into this land phase? Like,
I think it's been both easy and hard. I mean, there's things that are really easy. Like, I mean, we've been a team for a while before we moved in together, so there's not like clashes or like any like getting to know each other phase. We all knew we were really good friends, but overall, just being here and you know putting 100% of your time into getting better and doing this is definitely really difficult. And also, it's been a long 5-6 months, man.
Yeah.
Like, and honestly, it's
how many of
it's-
you are going back after
I
this,
am
after
for
it
a
lands
bit.
over? Like, but like you guys live here. Like, you guys brought your
I'll
stuff
probably
here.
go home for a holidays, but I'm
Yeah,
not
but like, are you guys coming back here immediately after?
Yeah, probably.
Okay.
I think I'm
don't know
going to
how many
be.
people are like going.
And
home
mostly because
until-
like my PC and stuff is here. Like
Yeah.
I was able to
Of course.
drive down with my PC, and
Yeah.
so now I don't have a PC at home.
Oh, can I just talk about something? Have you guys ever mentioned Hayes' desk anywhere?
I don't think so. No.
Can I just say how funny that was to me?
Which
What?
what?
The fact that Hayes got like a cheaper desk
Yeah.
because he hits his desk
Yeah,
so
I mean
much.
anybody who listens to rock streams, especially
Yeah.
recently now that they've been playing, Hayes is a desk banger.
Does he ever do
for-
that
for-
during scrims?
No, I don't think I've ever
Oh.
heard him do it during scrims, but sometimes, man, like late at night, he'll be playing playing on a Smurf or something. Like he'll be playing Paladins on his Smurf, playing like Onslaught or something, and somebody will say something that just really gets him, and you'll just hear. Bang, bang,
Is it not just like I missed a shot in a 1v1 kind of stuff?
No, I
like
think
a-
it's
like a-
more like the team's yelling at him. His team's
Because I
yelling at him
know-
to carry because he's a PPL player, and then they're all quadruple negative and flaming him.
Okay.
But like literally everyone in that house has a really nice desk. But Hayes has this like crappy IKEA wooden desk, and it's like when I came in, I was like, why? And, why did you guys just cheap out on Hayes' desk?
He scared me one day. I was playing Smite ranked, and I had my headset on. And I sit right beside Hayes, and I'm super focused on a play, and I just hear bang, 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 and he knocks his beer over when he bangs too, and I'm like, it just scared me. I jumped out of my skin, and I was like, dude, it's 1:30.
That's
calm
hilarious.
down, man.
Jesus Christ.
That's Hayes though. He's like I said, he's never done it during scrims. Good at
Yeah,
keeping it in.
See,
It's
I just
idiots who
when I
make
get
you
like
that mad.
really mad, if I'm like so mad, I have to like, I'm like, I don't know what to do. I just like hit my leg.
Yeah, we talked about
Your
that.
leg. Oh, whoa, whoa.
I'd rather go for the.
I'm not
I-
strong
what
enough
I-
to do anything.
What I do
myself,
is I
let's be
take my
real.
mouse and I like toss my mouse up. And
Oh,
just
yeah.
let it land on my mouse. I'm like,
I always see the headset, just headset off, chair back, just looking in shame, dude.
Wait, changes to we didn't answer that one.
Doe had one too. Should they do more third person
Oh, yeah.
camera
Oh, yeah,
work
third person.
versus
Oh, yeah.
first person?
I think third person no.
I'm
Overheads,
feeling-
they can
Overhead,
work it in.
100%.
No, I don't like the staff is higher for like HRX and Lamisai and stuff like that. That's why we were able to do the bird's eye stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Like curtain back, I think it's more likely to happen in big events when the staff here is larger.
Mm-hmm.
I think
That's
they
what
should do third person potential replays. I don't think there needs to be any cutting to a different perspective during the live broadcast
Yeah,
when they're
that's true.
showing like live team fights and stuff. I don't think there's a really good. I think it's actually kind of jarring. Even when I see them do it in OWL, it throws me off when they switch from first person to an overhead or a bird's eye. But I think using it for replays, like having a separate replay, because they have the way it works is there's a replay guy who
Yeah.
watches on a slight delay and he records the stuff. And I think you could have a second one, somebody who's used to using spectator in that, and who could and it doesn't have to be in every
Well,
in every
can
round you
even-
have a
Yeah.
third person replay.
You can
that
even see like sometimes when Anthony, he used to be the observer before for PPL days. Now we have Cornbread, aka Conrad, who does it, and Anthony will do graphics on that day. But when Anthony is on replays, which he has been for some days, because they shift everything back there constantly, like depending on who's in and out.
you wouldn't want to do replays all day every day.
No, not that. Just like we have the same replay guy all the time. It's just whoever's in or out changes who's doing what.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's like one day, Alex, who does replays, was not there, so Anthony was doing replays, and he did some third-person stuff. That was a console day, and he caught a Genos ult onto like an ulting Grover, and got like a zoom out as the ult hit.
Oh, that's pretty sick.
And there was a Drogos on console who couldn't hit somebody because his turning radius was too low. So we got a top-down view on the point of a Drogos going in a circle around a tank he couldn't hit. So like stuff like that. Like we have that. I think that's just like comfort. I think in that role, and like we could probably. I mean, I could probably talk to Tim about it, but. Second replay person, I don't think it's even necessary. Just like if a play is worth seeing in third person, we can just say. Like,
Well, but I feel like to do it effectively, you need to spend a fair bit of time getting used to
Yeah, of course.
moving
Like the Q&E
camera
controls
and,
and
and making it and potentially finding the right spots, because I don't think you
Yeah.
need to move it around so much. Like if you get a bird's eye view of some of the point fights on certain maps, I think there's stuff.
It would be so sick. I kind of agree. Like I think overhead would be like the best thing they can add right now to the spectating. I think it would.
I think
just,
it'd
like,
be better on replays, like for breakdowns.
Yeah.
But
Not
I
like,
think a big part, honestly, some of the onus of that is onto us, like me, Dave, or Nick, Fawn. Like
Yeah, that's not something you want.
Because we're back there.
Yeah.
Between game, like when we're not on the desk, we're sitting with production, watching the games, and like when in the post game, that's why we know who we're talking about, because we're like, hey, like oh wow, oh my god, like this guy didn't have good stats, but he really popped off like in terms of making space. We want to talk about him, like because before it would just be it would be production's decision. Now it's kind of a mix. 'Cause we're back there with them.
Yeah, something like that I think would definitely be
Yeah,
a skill
like
shot thing, not an evil
Yeah,
mojo.
it's-
Like I'm not looking for
of
evil
course.
mojo.
No, I'm not saying that. I'm saying it's on us as talent. Where like we could probably tell the replay guy like, hey, can we get top? Can I get a top down in this fight instead of like a first person? The thing is, all the replays that we do go like get saved like for us to take later. So every first person replay is something we can use in the future. The way they save it. So like that's also another part of why it's mostly first person, because you can you can categorize something. You can be like game 1 blah blah blah. This person 3K, and like you can just like you're like, oh, and he clips of this person. He has a huge folder of all that person, right?
that's pretty sick.
That's kind of why. Like that's why like you can get clips easily. Let's see. There was a question that I wanted to answer, but I missed it. There was some up here that I wanted. Oh yeah. Dante had a question about ice mines. Changes you would make it to ice mines to make it less focus everything on point fight. I mean, it kind of is less like that. It still is point fight centric, but the way the map's being played lately, I feel like teams are kind of figuring out how to push it when they really have a good draft.
Yeah. I mean, I don't think by any means the push is impossible. I think if anything,
It's
Frozen
way more possible
pushes.
than it was. Frozen pushes are harder, and that's why teams
Yeah.
are not picking or banning Frozen.
Yeah.
I mean, sorry, not picking and banning Frozen.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe have the spawn rooms redesigned because I think certain characters have massive advantages on defense
Oh,
on ice
yeah,
mines.
for
Being
sure.
able
Like
to
Victor.
effectively
Kin,
use the spawn rooms.
Strix,
Any
yeah.
snipers, Victor, anything.
You're not playing Kin on ice mines anymore unless you're Stigma.
I mean, we played Strix on it, so
Yeah, Strix. Strix is we know now.
I think if you can play Strix, you could probably
Yeah.
play Kin on it. Like that's the thing is, you don't really get flanked on ice mines.
Yeah.
It's
just hard that mid fight.
Yeah, but ice mines, I'm cool with it, man. Like, I mean, people, what are you
it's
complaining
fun.
about it? The whole game mode is designed around being focused on the point. Like, you capture a point, and then it spawns, and then the focus changes. Like, that's the whole Siege game mode. So
What I think he's saying is that he thinks it's too much weighted on the point fight and not enough on like the potential pushes that can happen, or he thinks the defense is too easy, which I disagree with personally. I think it's pretty like 50-50. Like
I think it's definitely easier to defend than it is to push. We can agree on that.
I think that's basically for every map.
Because if you make a mistake on defense, you respawn right there. If you make a mistake on offense, you are spawning in Panama. And you're buying a ticket to a boat to make it back to the objective. There was a question. I was actually curious what you mean by this, Marmy. You said, "What do you?" I think the only times I've really said that someone is the best player on a team is talking about like Nip, like, because Tenor is clearly the best player on that team because he's like the best player in the world.
I mean, another one of
He's
those
so
I like
good.
to look at is FRZ and SSG, like how effing insane he is.
Yeah,
Like,
FRZ
oh my
is probably
god.
FRZ is probably the
Like,
best
there's
player on
clear
SSG.
star players.
There's definitely teams that are like
yeah.
clearly the impact is high, but like you look at a team like Envy, like you could argue for Rock, you could argue for Rubu, like you could argue for Hayes in some situations. He's really consistent. Like there's some teams that are just like clearly this person is a star player. That doesn't mean that like me saying that Tenor is the best player on Nip doesn't mean that Bird won't be able to have good games, that Bonker won't be able to have good games. It just means that consistently Tenor is going to fuck.
You could rely on Tenor.
You can
getting
always. It's like in
resources.
Vocal. Like, not in that sense, but like in the fact that Invokal's always going to have a good game. I still think you could argue for your team, obviously, because everyone in your team, I think, could be the best player. But, like, I think Tenor is just clearly above the rest of NIP because he's clearly above the rest of the world in a lot of situations. Simsalute, for competitive play, do you feel like champs have been balanced better in recent times? Yeah, I think so. I mean, there's definitely some There's definitely some standouts right now, but I feel like in general, like the tanks are flexible. Makoa Atlas notwithstanding, but we know I think didn't the developers talk about? I think that might have been didn't the AOC talk about how like tank nerfs were waiting for like later patches?
I don't know.
No clue, but I think it's. I don't know if it's good or bad because like it's not stale, but like it can get to that point where it is kind of stale, right? Like you're going to know what champions are going to be picked the most.
Yeah, that's true.
It definitely is going to change up for the next 2 weeks, but in another 2 months by now, the meta might just be stale.
Yeah.
So I think having less balance changes could make it worse as like a viewing thing, but for players, I think it's fine.
Okay.
I think that champions have been balanced better, but it's not by any
Except
change.
AOC mostly. I think the AOC.
I don't even think it's that. I don't think it's any change to the way they balance, they buff or nerf characters. I literally think I brought this up earlier. Being able to buy different items.
That's
on the
true.
same. I think literally that has had resounding effects throughout the meta.
It's made everyone better.
Yeah, I mean, there's more counters to everything. You're not limited by I have to buy just record, just cauterize. Like there's a lot more counterplay through the item. Item shop.
I'm gonna rapid fire a couple questions that I don't know if they're like able to be talked about in depth. First, why is Moji not getting picked? She is on one map where her range doesn't matter, but otherwise her range is just kind of not there. Like, why pick Moji when you can pick Maeve? Maeve can do what Moji can do across the map. And Maeve has an insane ultimate. And Moji's ultimate is hit or miss. Like, you're not always guaranteed to get a good ultimate with Moji. Let's see. I can come back to Gwyn's because I actually don't know. I know
we used to listen to Can't Be Stopped. Can't
stop.
Roy Jones Jr.
Can't be touched. Can't
Right.
We high.
I know sometimes SSG would go like order to show. It's like a Brazilian meme of these dudes like weightlifting, and it's like they're saying like it's showtime, fuck like that. That's like, Like, oh, you show boha! Like that was like the SSG thing they would do.
For us, I think it's just getting smoothies, dude.
Really?
Every game day we get
bagels.
smoothies, yeah.
We get bagels
Oh,
from this bagel spot before every
Please get
single
me a
one.
goddamn bagel the next time you
I
guys
might
play.
need to get a bagel.
Get you guys to say,
Maybe
I will
that's-
pay you for.
Sure, yeah.
I will get you a fucking. I will give you money to get me a bagel because
Okay.
I'm from New York and I
Same.
I
New
need a
Jersey.
bagel.
Yeah.
I'm dying.
The Arby's
Please.
tradition.
Faye takes very long showers. He just threw that in the chat.
well,
That's a known fact. He's a long shower.
well. What are you doing in there, buddy?
See in the XUC where he just turns off all the lights and gets hurt.
Sits in the chair.
Just plays sad music.
State of PPL next season. No one knows.
Yeah, we don't know, man.
Is
We
it true,
actually
is it true
don't
that
know.
Timber Mill will be reworked soon? It was shown in a video.
Yeah, there's a ramp up to
There's
the
like
high
ramps.
ground. It's coming
It was in a
next
video.
patch or 2 patches.
We have no idea.
Not for Worlds.
I literally
so we
don't
don't
know.
care.
Yeah, this is the
Yeah.
Worlds patch now. Nothing else matters until after Worlds.
Mm-hmm.
Rework Marauders Port Splendorous. How about just rework Marauders Port?
Yeah, that map
Let's just-
sucks with that upper area and the
Yeah,
drop
it's really
down. I
annoying.
hate that.
100 damage over time and Scorch. I mean,
Make the first hit of Scorched Nando back to what it was.
Yeah.
They nerfed
Yeah.
the damage on
it
the
doesn't,
first
and
hit.
it won't be. It still won't be better than Formidable in a
No.
lot of situations. What makes Everett
Yeah.
so good at flanks? He is really
It's
smart.
good at everything.
He's just good at
He's
everything.
smart. He knows how to aim,
He's an
and he
aimer.
knows when to take risk.
Yeah.
Gamer.
Okay, are the Fan the Flames and Up in Smoke worth it? Fan the Flames is reset on Billow, and Up in Smoke is what for Zin? Those are Zin cards.
Is that ammo?
Fan the
No.
Flames. Oh,
No
sorry.
Up in
clue.
smoke? I feel like that might be. Is that cooldown?
Oh, Arby's tradition.
Is that Billow cooldown on kills?
Is Up in Smoke? No, that's Fan the Flames.
Oh,
And Fan the Flames is good, I think. In like for like Guillotine, it's sick. For like Yomi, But like for Guillotine, getting a free Billow afterwards.
Yeah.
Up in Smoke is Billow speed. Yeah, that's probably
and
not.
you don't
worth
need
it.
many points in it because
No.
obviously the cooldown is going
It's
to be
just-
Yeah.
down
Yeah,
as
yeah,
you
yeah.
use it.
Like definitely Fan the Flames 4 on a Guillotine build is sick because you can get away. Like you can't get away otherwise.
Mhm.
Up in Smoke, if it's Billow's too short for that to be good anymore.
Aegis Nando.
I would run the one that gives you reset now. Did you try Aegis Nando? It's just not.
It's probably
it's,
terrible.
it's
It's
just
not better than Formidable.
You get the same. Yeah, you're using your talent slot to gain an extra 2 seconds off the
Yeah,
CD when it's
that's it.
already great. You could have an
Yeah.
actual passive.
Moji is a reset button with builds, but range sucks. Yeah, that's correct. Talk about join me next time and you will see. No, thank you. What is a shower? I wish I could tell you. Anyone play shoeless? I do at home. I used to take my shoes off sometimes.
I
A
do.
lot
I
of
bring
people,
flip-flops.
Yeah, a lot of people I know would used to play shoeless at home and at lands and stuff, but the boots here are very cold, and so
Yeah.
your feet can actually get kind of cold if you just go with socks. But I'm sure some people still do.
I
it.
still do
What should I catch up
shoeless.
on? High ground hype. I'm trying to see here. This one. Okay, high ground hype. We all know they aren't reversing it, vertigo nerf. They did. God, there's so many messages coming in. It's hard to keep up. Okay, it's bug, not 2 seconds off. Yeah. Okay, back at the bottom. Why have Billow Seed when you can have dash reset? That's true. Wildfire's pretty good. For
Any
getting away.
advice? Well, I crush my 3 to 4 remaining rank games.
Throw them so you can have to eat the ghost pepper at land. There, I said it.
Qualifiers don't matter. Placements don't matter. I always place the same thing if I go 1 and 4 or 5.
Well, no, he's already placed.
Oh,
We know there. Okay,
Wait,
this is what it
then-
is. Up and Smoke is Billow
Oh.
Speed. Yeah, why Billow Speed? Okay, that's why. Okay.
play
Goes to
Willow.
7 because you can't cut the CD to more than 50%. That's true. Fawn's playing like Leon and pounding apparently. So I've heard.
What's up?
Fawn in his ranked games pounding on Leon. Well, flanks are viable in PPL. Mave, Eevee,
Potentially Zen.
Bugs
Mave,
viable.
Eevee, Line,
Yeah,
Buck, Zin.
Andro.
Is it that big of a line though?
I mean, I'm putting
don't
Andro
think
in there with
Zen's that-
Buck too. Like, why would Andro?
I think it's maybe V, line Zen, line Buck.
No,
Intro.
I would put Buck with Zin for sure. After how Kanga played him
Mhm.
with Io, the DR pocket on the diving Buck, it's like fucking QG craze. It's sick. Old school dive comp. If they pull it out and actually surprise you with it, it's hard to deal with. If you get like Makoa, then yeah, sure, but you're not getting Makoa.
Does Half Shell Makoa have potential in comp if they fix the healing? I don't know what that bug is, but
Is that a bug? Is that like not
What
because
bug
like
is that?
any shield that you deploy? This is my guess, and tell
probably
me,
the
tell me if
healing
I'm
on
right.
the amount of damage you take to your shield, right?
No, there's a thing where, so like if you're playing Nano and you shield and your shield gets hit, you don't get your passive healing because they're hitting your
Sure.
shield.
Yeah.
Mhm.
It's putting you in combat.
Yes,
Yeah.
but like an Ash shield or a Barrack shield doesn't put you in combat.
Yeah.
Because it's a deployed shield.
Yeah.
Half Shell makes Makoa shield a deployed shield.
I don't think that matters at all.
I mean, I think it's.
No,
a
I'm saying
good
it's a
thing.
big deal. Like at the start of the game, being able to get passive healing
Yeah.
as you back up. Like imagine you run away.
Yeah, but I don't think that's what's stopping have
The
Shaman
internal
Code for
cooldown
being
breaks
played.
if you ult. That has nothing to do with healing. What? You ever say healing on shield? I'm like, oh, that's not what I was
I think
thinking.
there's potential for shield-based Koa builds, but not that have
Not
half shell
right
as
now
a
in the
talent.
meta.
Nah, I think you run Levy with like extended health on your
Yeah.
shield or extended cooldown or like the duration of it and stuff, and you kind of play like I'm gonna sit on top of
CCR
my,
is
I'm
just
gonna
too
sit on top
important
of
right
my
now.
Victor.
Can I just make a note and say that Leviathan can just lose the CC immunity, and we could actually see some variety. Because
Yeah.
even if they
Yeah.
remove the health from Leviathan, you will still
To run Levy.
You will
Oh,
still
yeah.
run Levy 100% of the time,
Uh-huh.
because that it just removes counterplay. There's just
Mhm.
no counterplay to Levy.
Dude, love, because I mean you're very rarely gonna get Koa without Atlas, and if you're gonna pick Koa without Levy into Atlas, you literally
Yeah.
get
Yeah, you get right
and
click.
you get rewinded, and it does 8,000 damage to
Yeah.
you or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah,
it's
it's true.
an insane
Not
counter.
if you have Result 3. I've actually, if you have Result 3, you can term res into an Atlas and not lose your health.
Really?
Yes, I've seen it happen.
Huh.
Pluck potential?
No.
No.
Okay, I think that depends on if they. It would be half
If
shell.
you're
right?
playing against idiots, then sure.
Like the problem is
Sorry.
the-
Against idiots,
here's the thing,
yeah.
The reason Crimson that you don't need pluck is that at a high level, like in
Your
pubs,
teammates are gonna
in
shoot
pubs,
them,
it's fine.
yeah.
And at a high level, if you're hooking someone and your team's not shooting them, pluck wasn't going to help in the beginning. Pluck wasn't going to help anyway. Their team's going to help them before your team can help. If you're getting a hook and they're not dying by the time they get to you and you do that one shot, yeah, it's fine in casuals. Yeah, it's fine in casuals.
Maybe
Your team might not always
maybe there's
help.
potential for it in like a triple tank scenario where there's
Maybe.
going to be less
Less
damage,
damage,
But
yeah.
then you
and
don't
Cole
have
would be
CCR
playing
on
as
your
a- yeah.
ult.
But and maybe they have no CC.
That's the yeah.
Somehow they draft a
Somehow
comp with
no
zero
CC.
CC.
0 CC
And
you
you
get
get
Makoa.
Koa.
Yeah, that's a draft from hell. You would win. You can run anything and you'd win at that point. Let's be honest. There was something else up here. Yeah, no, like pluck is fine, but in competitive, your team is always going to be there. Oh my god, it's so hard to scroll on this.
Scroll
Look at this.
better.
Dude. I'm
Yeah, what's going on
trying.
with just scrolling?
I don't know.
You should also make the chat thing bigger if you can, right?
Maybe. If you don't. Oh yeah. Someone's talking about the pro players versus caster matchup. It would definitely be a little one-sided. It would have to be like a Mimi matchup.
Yeah.
For sure.
I think what you do is what I wanted the All-Star event this year to be would be I wanted the casters to draft teams and the casters to be in comms coaching, like live coaching, like what we're not allowed
That'd
to
be
do,
hilarious.
where the coaches they have their
Do I have
headset
an
and they can
advantage?
stay there and they can be like they can call stuff out and they have to be like
Do
you
I
know,
get an edge
rock push left go
in.
look for your
Hold
ult
up
now
you.
like you need
Yeah.
to be like the casters need to be
No, if-
IGL
That'd be
I
great.
would lose.
and you have a
all
little
cred.
round
If I
robin or-
lost that, I would lose every ounce of cred that I have.
But
As a
I mean,
talent,
maybe Pretty
as
Hair
a
drafts a
team.
sick team. Like,
Yeah, you never
like
know.
if you
Give
draft a
him-
good enough team, you might not need to
Give
do
you the
any
fourth
coaching.
pick, so you know.
Oh, maybe. Okay. That would be fifth pick. There's five. of us.
Well,
I
I'm
guess
thinking
it-
of a tournament with like two teams. Of
Yeah.
That's true. That's
Yeah.
true. Talked about Aerial? No, because it's just not better than Rocket Barrage. There's just some talents that give you such an edge you can't not run them.
Yeah.
That's really what it. That's
Yeah.
really what it comes down to.
I broke Ruckus down to when you run aerial, you have 5 charges, 2 on your dash, 3 on your missile. When you run aerial, you have 4 charges, 3 on your dash, 1 on your missile.
Yeah.
So like just the numbers aren't great.
The numbers, Mason.
Give it if you have missile starting off with 2 cooldowns. Like if Ruckus at base had 2 missile
Yeah.
charges and he gained
Got an
one,
excellent-
he
Yeah.
gained one with Ruckus.
Aerial Soul.
Do you think that would make him? I don't think he'd be any more meta than he already is.
I think it'd be the exact same because it's just.
I mean, it
it's
was
just a
buff
nerf
him
to
on a few
missile
maps.
barrage
You know what would be
or
sick
whatever
for
that one
Ruckus,
is.
and I think this might make him too overtuned, but if they rework Aerial and give him vertical jumps at base, but make Aerial something else, like make Aerial like Fuel Reserves 5 worth of distance
Yeah,
and a third dash.
I think it needed.
So
didn't
like-
it lose a second on the cooldown too?
Yeah.
On DR, right?
Like, so when
No,
Or-
on the actual like the legendary. Like I think
Oh.
it used to be 2 seconds off. Now it's 1 second or 3.
Like
to 2.
Aerial could be like, give him a third dash and greatly extend the distance of his dash,
Uh-huh.
and then give him vertical jumps at base.
Yeah.
So you could run like Rocket Barrage, Fuel Reserves 5. 3 missiles with built-in aerial would be broken.
No, you would only have 2 missiles.
Missiles,
You would
yeah.
have 2 missiles when you run aerial in my potential
It'd
thing. You would
be
have
2
three
missiles,
3
3
dashes,
dash.
2 missiles. Yeah.
But like Ruckus is, I guess he would be too good of a dive champion at PvP. He would be always
Yeah,
50
he'd be
PPL.
real good.
He'd be
yeah.
good. He'd be fun though. He'd be fun, but good.
It'd be fun to watch.
There's
That's the whole point, right?
There's a good question from Savo.
I see.
If all the PPL games were best of ones, which team would be the best? And this is assuming obviously you play each team twice, so there's no side.
Who always wins
benefit.
map 1? That's the question. Like, is there any team that just
See,
always
that's
wins
the
the first
problem.
map?
Nip would actually, I think, be like
They would
5
cheat.
and 5
You
right
would think
now.
cheese teams would benefit the most. Like in other esports, teams that can cheese and do well, but don't adapt well in longer sets. I think SSG would be pretty bad, right? Because haven't SSG they've been trying to come back from 3-0s?
Yeah.
Almost every set
wouldn't-
except for ours.
Yeah, that would be rough.
Slow starters
Rough for
do
SSG
not
for
benefit.
sure.
Mm.
They're scared of Ruckus die bombing players.
I don't know.
I don't know. I don't know. Aerial buff base aerial would be so good. They would have to nerf Ruckus's damage, I think, a little bit to make that work. He would have to be like a dive champ. Terrible in pubs, but good in competitive. I think it'd be fun. Yeah, Knight's best BO1 team. You're right. Every game is already a BO1 for you. Yeah, I think something has to happen to Rocket. Like Ruckus just needs changes, man. He needs something.
I think Ruckus is cool.
I think he's cool, but like Rocket Barrage is just the only thing. That's what
Sure.
I'm saying. Like
Yeah.
he needs
Yeah,
talent
yeah.
changes.
Yeah.
Talent change, I agree with
Explicitly.
you.
I mean, the other ones are just they're kind of dog doo-doo. Like, let's be honest here. Flux
Aerial's fun
generator
as hell.
Flux
Flux
generator
generator
is
is
bad.
just
Flux
something.
is just bad.
They give it a slow or something like.
What happens if it's instead
Like-
of a shield base HP?
If they just give him base HP, I still think it's
that's so
pretty
bad.
bad.
Yeah.
Or Ruckus just is the button. He just gets like Leviathan every time he emitters. He just gets
Yeah.
like boom, 5,000 more HP. That'd be busted. What the hell?
That'd be fun to play,
Imagine
dude.
just like a 9,000 HP Ruckus diving your backline.
What if emitter was a cooldown reset like Maeve? Maybe less
With
shielding.
3
Six
charges
rockets.
back.
Yeah. I mean, well,
Boom, boom,
well,
boom.
no, with
You get rid of-
flux. With
yeah.
flux.
You need to get rid of Barrage.
Like he would have to run flux. Not that wouldn't be with.
Bulk up with 5,000 extra health. J Player said the balance team doesn't want to touch Ruckus too much. I think he'd be a fun champion if they
Yep.
did something to Rocket Barrage.
Like he hasn't
Yeah.
had another legendary since OB64.
Yeah. Be faster for 5 seconds. Ooh. Or they could honestly have a legendary that he just doesn't get slowed down when he shoots.
Oh wow. Yeah, that'd be interesting.
Right?
That'd be scary, dude.
Fatalis.
But he wouldn't have rockets. Like he
Yeah.
wouldn't have
Yeah.
Rocket Barrage, so it would probably just be worse.
Yeah,
Honestly.
at the end of the
It would
day.
probably just be worse. That'd be sick though. Imagine just like rush nimble 3 on Rockets, just like straight across the map. That'd be kind of sick.
Sims is right though. Ruckus is a flanker with his mount. Without it, he's kind of crap.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You see a lot of Ruckuses master riding. That's the new wave.
Master riding or die.
That's all I think. Ruckus is Victor with more HP and 3 grenades. You're not wrong. He's very wide Victor. Oh yeah, I missed that question before. Would Shaw be OP if his bugs got fixed? No. He's still not better than Shaw or Leon.
I mean,
Cassidy or
really,
Leon.
the FPS drops I think are kind of an irrelevant complaint. Like,
Yeah.
and over the course of one game, and you can you're not really going to get that many FPS drops. I think that it's going to be unmanageable, and you can restart after every game, and it resets it.
Shaw could have withdrawn a way lower cooldown. It's like 7 seconds longer than everyone else. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like Cassie Dodgeball is like 6 seconds or something. Leon Dash is like 8. Right. Shaw is like 15, and he has the most inconsistent primary. Like it's kind of crazy actually. That's what I say on the desk. Like when I talk about why Shaw's not picked, my comparison is always if you miss a shot with Shaw Lin, it's way worse than missing a shot with Cassie or Leon. That's like you just shoot so much slower. Like it's rough.
Oh, banana arrows also tilts. I feel like every
Yeah.
DD. Oh my god,
The banana arrow.
banana arrows.
I definitely have seen some shots that
Yeah.
just go like,
Have you seen it? It happens with Varric as well.
To be fair, I didn't think about that. The stun, if you're running non-explosive arrow, the stun is pretty buggy. Like
Yeah.
Rock has just said he's like I'd run it, but it doesn't work for me. Like what am I supposed to do with that?
we need a new point tank. I'm sick of the duo barrack and
Where's Term?
There's Term now. There's Nando now. Like this is actually one of the better times for point tanks.
still
Con
play
can play
Con
point tank.
point.
Yeah.
For me.
Like this is actually honestly one of the best times for point tanks.
Yes.
Point
Ever.
tanks they're in their prime. Right
Yeah,
now.
this actually
Barrack
is.
Yeah.
and Nara are fragging everything, man. I'm cool with that.
And nothing can punish them too, dude. Oh, fuck point tanks.
What? Willow?
You have 10k HP effectively.
Burn monster.
Burn Monster?
Oh, burn mount. Oh, I've seen that one all the time.
Big
You're right,
game?
dude.
What about Big Game?
Big game hurts everyone, and it lasts.
Well,
and it got
Big Game
nerfed.
hurts barrack way less than
Yeah.
it hurts Inara. Con point tank seems hard. It's map dependent.
And now you're playing.
If you're playing con point tank on Serpent Beach,
And now you're playing point versus like
I don't know about that
Ios and
one.
Yeah, I think Barrack
Yeah.
needs some damage fall off.
Fall on. No.
Barrack already has some.
He
pretty-
just need, yeah.
Torv, I don't know what they're gonna do to Torv. Like I am very disconnected.
New
from
champion.
balance.
Just fully get rid of Torb.
I
New
thought
champion.
of one of my concepts for Torv was like he can literally put his shield on you. Like he channels his shield on you,
Like-
but he has to have line of sight. Like he loses his shield to do it, so he's a meat shield. Like he's super deadly.
Sacrificing all his HP.
Yeah, he sacrifices a huge chunk of his health to pocket
Would
somebody.
it work like Io's buff works? How like you can lose LOS
Yeah.
for a second? Yeah, that'd be interesting. But if it's like old IO, then no, that'd be bad.
Maybe he sacrifices like 400 of it every time he does it, but it has no CD.
The Suck Torv? Yeah, that was fun. That was
I
a
don't
fun
know.
time.
I do think Suck Torf totally could have stayed.
Yeah.
But that's just me. Suck with 2 C. Did Bunny go get a drink?
Yeah.
Is that a
I
feed?
can go let him in.
I bet that was a bathroom break.
Potentially, yeah, possibly. I was gonna say we're definitely the last people in this office, by the way.
Yeah.
Mm.
Can we talk about Genos consistently? That's just like if Genos stays alive, Genos can play so safe, even though his healing output is lower. He just like, I don't know.
It's just over the course of the game. Like
Yeah.
it's not like he's gonna pocket somebody up. It's just I think it's weird. It's odd. It doesn't feel like it. You always, as a Genos, you never feel like you heal more than everybody else. But
Yeah.
I don't. The stats are weird. Like that's the thing. A lot of people put weight on stats, post game stats and stuff, and I think a lot of it is very deceiving because a team the healer's stats could be boosted by the other team doing so much damage. Like if you think about that, like a healer can only heal damage that the other team does. So
Yeah.
if the opponent isn't putting out damage, like your comp's so good that shields are tanking everything and you know the healer's not having to do anything, it can be very confusing. And the same thing for. Damn it, I mean, damage taken. Like, if you're playing against a good team who's fragging all the time, you're going to have massive damage taken numbers, but you play against a bottom team and it might be a little bit lower.
That's true. What about Willow? She's OP. Huh? She's pretty good.
You're right.
She's good.
Annoying as
Hire
fuck.
him.
Definitely
El Moro,
annoying.
you're on the team. You're on the balance team. bro.
Why do some teams like Furia and others never pick her, even though VP dominated with her? It's play style. It really is. Furia just like enables aggression, and Furia is definitely a harder healer, I think, to stay alive with. Like watch some of the Knights games, and like the Knights game against Kanga, Cuss was struggling. Some of
Kids
the rounds.
us too. We were Genos ulting him like crazy
Mhm.
in our set.
Maybe that was the game I was thinking of.
I
I just
think-
remember seeing
yeah.
Cuss kind of get bullied on Furia.
I think Fury's kind of fallen off a bit in the past couple weeks, and VP's been gone in that time. So it'll be interesting when they come back to see if they continue the heavy
Yeah,
reliance
that's
on
true.
her, or if they fall
Yeah.
into the support meta.
I think
her being
honestly,
lower
I
prioritized.
don't know if not who's better between Navi and VP right now, because VP, I don't know how cold they're going to be when they get back. Like it actually could be Navi being the best team again. We'll have to see.
I think VP would be an easier team for Navi to figure out than,
That's true.
than for
The other way around.
VP to figure out Navi. So
You're right.
that's why I lean towards Navi.
I think it's easier to
Mm.
punish aggression than it is to punish good controlling play.
Yeah.
What if Genos couldn't heal through walls?
dead.
Dead. Dead. Fucking dead.
Like if like HyperX said, if the initial heal had to be cast in LOS,
Like, I mean, yeah, of course. I mean,
Still be
obviously,
pretty
that's what
bad,
It would, be.
yeah.
It would
Yeah,
still
it
be
would be
rough.
bad.
Rough as hell.
yeah.
Um,
Am I the only one thinking Grover's been underrated?
I mean,
Uh,
Grover
well, I
has
think
a-
some teams could definitely be playing him more.
and Grover has a lot of counters too.
Yeah,
Like,
like
Willow
Willow.
being one of the
Willow's getting
biggest
banned
one.
like every game.
Yeah.
So.
But it's still something to think about. And there's certain maps where Grover just doesn't work. And like some maps you have to play around Grover so much that it's like kind of putting all your eggs in one basket.
Yeah,
right?
he's very high risk, high reward. You
Mhm.
can pick Grover sometimes, and you have to be in a position to heal your tanks where you're you're in a bad spot. Even on his good maps like Ice Mines and stuff like.
Even Stone's like a big
they're
one.
yeah, like when the snipers popped up on Ice Mines and stuff, and you were getting more like long range scans, Victor, sniper stuff like that. Like people would still try Grover, and you'd peek and you'd get
Yeah.
insta-gibbed, and it's like, all right, well, we
I
lose.
love,
I
love
could have a Damba
Grover.
there.
I love Grover on Stone when you ban Willow.
Yeah.
Because like then you draft a church comp and you just play around the Grover, and your Grover's always healing everybody, and he's putting spam into the doorways, which is super.
And on the
boring.
push, he's good too.
Yeah, like Grover's nasty on Stone Keep because of that. I still feel like Church is the best way to play that map. I don't know how you guys feel about like mid. Obviously, there's merits to a keep composition, but like Church just feels so flexible to me. I feel like you have so many options if you draft a comp that's like focused on controlling the outside with backlines. I always say that,
Yeah.
but I definitely want like someone to back me up because like I definitely.
It's
I don't know
all
if
comp dependent.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
that's true.
calm.
Because there's sometimes where you have to go keep.
Yeah, I know, but I'm saying like I feel like if you end up with the Church comp, I feel like you had the better.
Church, I feel like is more consistent.
Yeah,
Playing
Church. I
around
think you
that
just
keep.
have more things
More
you can do in
control
keep.
of the
Because
game.
once you have keep,
Yeah.
you're like, well, we got it.
We have
And
the
it's
high
like,
ground.
Now, how do we stop them from capping point? Like we spam it, then they back up and they have the better retreat.
What could you do to balance Atlas? Is it just less damage?
damage?
I think he needs less damage on just click the one click.
It shouldn't be. Yeah,
It's,
it definitely
it's
should
kind of
actually
crazy
ramp
to
up
me
the
how
damage.
much
Yeah.
damage and choice he has. That he can either just tap it and it's like a spray with a crap ton of damage, or
Yeah.
you can line it up and you get long range big damage too. I think it's pretty flexible.
Another thing I
triple
think to
vision
look
like
at
Cripples, maybe.
is loadout cards. I think his loadout cards are really
Beyond the Veil is
good.
kind of sick. It's kind of insane.
Yeah, it's too good, I think.
Movement speed, watching him
For the
sprint
whole
around.
entire team.
Yeah, that's kind of crazy.
Yeah.
They could also kind of nerf setback a little bit to make it so it like puts you to like half of your
Yeah, that'd
stage
be a good
speed,
change. I think.
because like hard
Full
countering
HP.
some of the stuff is kind of insane. Reduce Beyond the Veil, maybe. I do think like I don't know, maybe make it so Deja Vu like you have AoE, but it puts them to half the health. So like if you hit a 6 setback with like the default setback, then you get that benefit. But if you just like spam a Deja Vu around a corner and pull someone in with like 2 health, then that's, all right. Well, that kind of sucks. Like, what do I do now? Let's see. Should be effective cripples. I agree. Nightshade, Blast Flower, or Scorn. Blast Flower 100% of the time.
Yeah.
It is insane. Because, and I mentioned this earlier, but I'll mention it again because I know you just came in. Blast Flower, the way it works is every time you hit somebody, it resets a 5-second timer for having that damage. So if you hit someone every 4.99999 repeating forever seconds, they are still always taking 800 damage every time you hit them. So, you know, it's rough. Console kids can hit their shots. They can with gyro. I've seen plenty of Deja Vus get hit on PCL. I've watched plenty of PCL. Atlas fall off. I think the amount of time he takes to charge and having like a tank sniper is a cool concept. Makes his character unique. I think just having the ability to do that same damage at point blank without charging up is. I agree with Meta in that sense. What if Agony split into Sarah's base kit? Probably fine.
I think she'd be pretty strong.
You think she'd be?
Is
way
Agony
stronger?
the stun?
Yeah.
Yeah. I would tone down the stun if it was in her base kit for sure. It doesn't need to be a second and a half.
I don't think
if it's
this
base kit.
I don't know if the stun distance even matters. Just being able to cancel channel anything like is really good.
That's true.
Can wait.
It 4
you can
charges,
Get
though,
the
like-
charges on a bit, but
Yeah.
that 4 charges takes very little
That's
time
chill
to
for
get.
cable management. That's me. Okay. Listen, I'll pull back the curtain a little bit, guys. That's because this was a set that the Smite guys used for their podcast, and we just sat down afterwards.
And their
Yeah.
podcast is no video.
Their pick,
so.
yeah, theirs is no video, so they don't care. But I have a webcam on a TV right now, so
This also
That's
isn't
why.
a permanent room, so like it wouldn't make sense to run cable management
There's
under
also-
the
Yeah,
table or anything.
this isn't like the
chain reaction room.
Yeah.
It's just like a meeting room.
We're gonna put a sign up. I'm down, dude.
That'd be
This is
amazing.
just like a meeting room. I put the
Dude,
webcam in.
when I told Random, I was like, because yesterday I asked if anybody wanted to
Yeah.
come do it, and I was like, yeah, Kresig's got his own little room for it. And Random was like, Kresig's got an office, and I was like, no.
No, it's because they don't do theirs live. That's why. Oh, what am I doing? Why am I moving that? Yeah, man. Please step into my office. It's not hard at 5 or 6. Yeah, if you're hitting someone channeled, then having that cancel would be good. I don't know if, but it's like Ceres is not healing while she's shooting too. Like she can't do both at the same time. So like in the time she takes to shoot those 4 charges, blow them up, and then heal. I don't know. Blaster's viable on the biggest maps. They already kind of are in the right composition. I mean, we saw Drogo's on Frozen Guard, dude. Anything can happen.
I don't know if you see that same joke though. Worm got nerfed.
Oh yeah, after the worm nerf, maybe not. I you know what? I think if I for whatever reason wanted to do that, I think I'd be making a bad decision. Let's say that.
Yeah.
I think the fact that characters are viable on some maps and not others, good.
That's a good thing, yeah.
It should
I
be
think it's
different.
great character diversity.
Yeah, hard agree. This is some of the most flexible I think we've seen the meta. I mean, like we definitely you're gonna see the same champions picked a lot, but like the 10th, the 8th, and 9th, and 10th picks can be a lot of.
I also think there's a lot of fringe picks that are just right on the edge of doing it. I mean, just from seeing what people play in scrims, like people make things work in scrims, but the cards don't line up on the
match day.
And it's not even like a thing of confidence. Like sometimes you have these weird things in there. They're pretty intentional counter picks to certain things, and you just don't have the opportunity.
Yeah, that's true. Has the Drogo's worm nerf been impactful in PPL? Yeah, I mean Drogo's like
Isn't going worm all the time, yeah.
He's not going worm all the time. That's the biggest thing. Like Drogo's, the nerf wasn't impactful in the sense that he's been kicked out of the meta.
You actually, I think, fly more now because you have to people run more points in it.
Yeah, that's true.
You didn't have to run as many points before. Now you have to run a lot, and so I think you could even fly more.
Oh, wait. Okay, I know what this is.
There's no bans, or well, As far as we know, no bans.
No
overall
character
so far.
bans. There's only like one talent ban. It's like Unstable Fisher on Atlas.
Yeah.
But we think it's fixed, so.
Yeah.
And nobody
should
would
talk
play
about
it anyways.
Yeah.
What do you mean, dude?
What map? What map is Bright Marsh? It's the second map in, right? It's Ascension Bright.
In order, Ascension, Bazaar. Nope.
Oh, but, okay. 3.
It
and
was
what's
type.
I like how you knew that. that
And
one.
what's Dragon's like? Ascension
5,
Bazaar
6.
Bright.
Drags down there, yeah.
Ascension Bazaar Bright. No, Ascension Bazaar Bright. Frog, Frozen,
Fish.
Fish, Jack.
I guess.
Yep.
No, Ice,
Nice.
Mm,
HIJ.
HIJ.
Yep.
and then Jack.
Yeah.
So this number, do this. I can't say it because it's
Sure, let's go with 8.
excellent.
We were. Dude,
I better be on for your set next week.
we were planning to honestly do that before Hype Unit even brought it out.
Damn.
When it was the schedule's changed, but the nights were going to be our last match of the phase. Phase 2.
Aren't
and
we
so,
still?
No, we have VP on the last day.
Oh, okay. I was like, wait, did we get the wrong schedule?
Oh, by the
No,
way,
no, no.
by the way, can I just say there's like a week 14 that's not on the site.
Yeah, dude, Valor sent out an email today or yesterday that was like, the website has a mind of its own. I'm like, what are you talking about, Valerie?
Yeah. So anybody who goes to the site to see what PPL games are coming, there's a week 14.
There's a mystery extra week, yeah.
Yeah, there's an extra week. Like PPL has another week. Just letting you guys know. Like there's more weeks of content. So.
Nice.
And we realized that today when we were
Yeah.
like making plans for like future weeks. We were like, all right, we have like all the interviews ready for the rest of the season, and then we look and we're like, that's not there before. That's new. What was I gonna say? Is Combat Medic Pip Insane with Lone Champs? No, because it's too much work for not enough reward. Insane Ferocity Grovers. Any chance it gets picked? Probably, maybe. I mean, we
what?
saw it. Ferocity. We saw Ferocity.
Yeah,
Grover.
you see Ferocity
Yeah.
Grover on some of the big maps.
Yeah, like Bazaar. It's a
Timber.
Bazaar Timber.
Bazaar,
You can
yeah.
see it. Yeah, it's not super common, but it's popular. Hero, I need you to pick a number between 1 and 14 that isn't 2 or 8.
man.
So what map are they first picking? Dude, can you
15.
do 2? For me, just do 2. Just for me.
No, they said 2's a no.
Oh, sorry,
Really?
not. Oh, fuck you. When I said 3.
Oh, you did say 3.
Yeah, 3 was my number.
Pick
So
16,
3's
Marauders
not, 3
Poor.
isn't banned.
Oh, Pain fucked up.
3's not banned. Did you?
That's tough.
Idiot.
What's the last map? You did 14 for Warders.
Yeah.
Warders is a banger.
Warders is a banger.
14.
14.
Hell yeah. I better be on for your set,
And-
dude. I'm always off for your set. I'm always off on the last set of the day. Talos Bannerbank console at Worlds? No.
No. I mean,
Console?
console at Worlds? Like, sorry. I mean, I got a lot of respect for console guys that do it.
But making it through all the
Yeah.
PPL teams.
I think
is
it's
tough.
I think it's a travesty that 4 console teams are going to the
They
PWC
have a console
qualifiers.
Worlds at least. Like they have console.
4 console teams are going and 2
We're
minor
going
league.
to work.
Yeah.
You're going to the PWC qualifiers. I think that's absurd. Right after a minor league team wins the biggest tournament in the middle of the year, they get 1 spot from each region.
Yeah.
I find it, and the double effect. I mean, this has all been said, but that they made the change for Smite based on community feedback and ignored the community feedback from Paladins is it's rough.
Yeah.
But we're in it, so sorry, Sanguine.
Already a big commit.
Yep.
I mean, they just lost to Exile, so
Sworders Ruckus best map because of crystals.
Yes.
Pretty good. Yeah.
it's
Is
might
it
not be his
the
best map.
best
it's
map,
a, yeah,
though?
it's a
No.
amazing map for him.
I would
He
say
gets
it's a
picked early.
top 3 map.
Yeah. What would I say his best map is?
Shatters is top
Shatters
3.
is
Warders
solid.
top 3. And then you can argue like Fish Market.
I
I,
might
think
say
for top 3.
Yeah.
Fish is pretty good. Fish
Probably,
pretty
yeah,
good.
probably Fish
I'll
Shattered
give- I'll
Warriors
give
for top
Fish
3.
that.
I honestly might say Warriors at the top because it's like we talked about how broken Aerial with Rocket Barrage would be, and that's what the crystals are. You know, the Rocket Barrage is crystals plus that is that. You get to the backline so easily. It was being picked when he wasn't being picked by anyone. It's pretty good. Think the Resi should be 300 credits again?
What is it?
250.
It's 250. Should it be 300 again?
Sure.
It doesn't.
doesn't.
Fuck it.
Yeah,
Meta,
I don't
Meta doesn't
care,
care.
man. Like,
2.5
those are-
hours in, Meta doesn't give a fuck
Those are
anymore.
minor
I mean-
things. Like, how
No,
often
it is
is
a
it
No,
good
gonna
I,
do?
I
That's
think
a
it's
pretty
big.
big deal.
It's big.
It's big because it's 900 versus.
That's an
750.
extra that's an extra 250 credits or 150 credits for the final.
Not 150.
Nah.
It's 50.
750. No, I'm saying for the level
changes
3.
people
are
For
talking
level
about,
3,
though?
it's 100.
I mean, I admit that the numbers are big, and there are situations where you wouldn't be able to buy it where you can now. But I think at the end of the day, people are still going to invest in the same
Oh,
amount
yeah,
of Rezil
100%.
that they buy now.
Yeah,
That's why.
but it limits the rest of the things they can
It
buy.
changes the
That's what it is.
economy.
It really is a kind of a decent big deal.
This is just my jaded.
What about Talus? What about Talus?
What about
Talus big suck.
Yeah.
There's a reason I meme on the Talus bans on console every PCL week.
Uh-huh.
That's all I need to say. How do you feel about the World Championship? I mean, it is.
It is.
It's
Well,
Well,
so
with what
I-
people say.
There's a
So-
Brazilian team. There's an Oceania team.
Yeah.
If the qualifiers were open in Oceania, and I don't mean to say this like in a way, but like the second best team in Australia was a team called Despacito 2.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I think if you want to take offense to there not being individual qualifiers for the regions
I think
and
there
stuff,
should have been.
sure, go for it. But I think at the end of the day, the teams that are going to be playing at the World Championship, the 8 teams that are going to make it, are going to be the 8 best teams in the world.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I think to say that isn't true, you'd just be stupid. Like the teams, there are foreign teams in the PPL, clearly the best ones, the only teams who have ever done anything.
Like, and
internationally
I
are here.
watched SSG scrim Brazilian teams. If there was a Brazilian qualifier that SSG was a part of,
They would be.
they would be in it.
Yeah.
Trust me. I have seen them scrim Brazilians. Like, I know the skill gap.
So yeah, we feel your pain about not getting
Yeah.
the qualifiers, but it
The
is
best
the best
Brazilian
teams in
team
the
and the
world are
best
still going to
Australian
be
team are
competing at Worlds. I
Yeah.
think that's undeniable.
And, like, what are the other regions that we're missing out on? CIS
CIS.
and Southeast Asia.
Yeah.
Southeast Asia was, like,
Never won a
kind of a
single
joke.
map. Literally,
Never
I
map,
barely
yeah.
have any points ever.
Yeah.
Yeah, they were a joke last night.
CIS
Oh my
is
God.
CIS. I mean, I think CIS is essentially just an extension of EU.
CIS was
Yeah.
an extension
When
of
you
EU,
have-
and the CIS
at least
PGS
in
was
our
actually
game.
sick to watch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But all those players are now just in the EU.
Yeah,
PPL.
because they opened it up.
Yeah, exactly. It's the same thing.
Yeah.
Even then, no, because this is players could play. I think. Let's see. What is the worst map for Maeve?
Jag, maybe.
Jag?
I don't
She's
know.
still
Is
good
it
on
even
Maeve.
Jag?
Good on Jag.
She's good everywhere.
I don't know what
She's
that map
she's
would
super
be.
flexible. Really
Does
hard,
she have
hard,
a bad
hard to
map?
find a map. where
I think
she's bad.
Jag would be the worst if I had to pick.
I don't
one.
think
Ice,
it's Jag.
Ice Mines.
Ice.
Yeah.
Yeah, Ice.
Yeah, you're right.
Then Jag.
Then Jag probably. Anything close range, she's bad.
I
but,
don't
like,
think
you can
Jag
still
she's
play.
bad on.
She's not bad, but I
We've
mean,
we've
she's
seen,
amazing on every other map.
Navi pop off with her, I think. They're in Street Justice on Mutu.
Hmm.
What's the name of the? Okay, Jake. It's Drogo's Jacob.
Star guys.
People just figured out how to play against Lex Zombie. Serpent
Yeah.
Beach. That's a bomb map for Maeve. Are you high? That map is insane. For
Yeah, that's a top mid map.
Let's see. Should Lex's kit be reworked?
No.
No.
I think
Maybe
that-
the RNG
yeah.
spinning.
Just don't give you the same target on right click. That's all it needs to be.
Yeah, sure.
Just stop. Sorry, right click for me is different. Right click is my reroll. Thumb is my in pursuit. But don't reroll the same person in a row. Oh, good maps for Maeve. Yeah, Serpent Beach. Every map is a good map for Maeve. You think Bazaar is a bad map for Maeve? I guess it makes sense. It's so open.
Yeah, but even then, still good.
Bathroom meta.
Yep.
I like your socks.
Thanks. I'm going to the bathroom, stream.
It's gonna be cold.
It's gonna be really cold.
Did you
I don't
watch
know. Yeah, I don't know why it's
Bad maps
always
for
so
Strix and
fucking
Cassie.
cold in there.
Apparently, someone said, I think it was like someone from my team that said that used to be the, well, you guys weren't here, I guess it's a Metapusher thing.
Yeah.
It used to be the old practice rooms. Like the,
No.
they called the ice box. Yeah.
Wait, so how about Mad Max Strix and Cassie? None?
No,
Again?
not have no heat at all.
No,
It's
the
even
bathroom's
colder
just
now.
cold
It's even colder than what it was. I feel like.
because no one's here.
Well, yeah.
No, it's always,
It's the coldest on the days when I open the because like when I do like Brawl Stars casts,
Mhm.
I'll like open the door to go in and like so few people have gone in that the lights turn on.
Yeah.
Hiro casts Brawl Stars, he knows.
Yeah.
There's just no one here on the weekends. So like, but I go and the lights turn on. And I'm like, it is
here. Welcome to the
Yeah.
meat locker.
Oh God. Well, let's not
The
call
meat
let's not
locker.
call a bathroom the meat locker. let's avoid that ideally. Anything with Strix?
Can I get your
We don't know yet.
pass?
Yeah, you getting a drink? Yeah. What flanks are alive besides Maven EV?
Zenbuck.
Zinbuck.
No one else.
Arguably,
Someone said Andrew. I
you can argue
disagree.
for Andy. I mean, like Crunchy ran him.
Oh, that was in week 1 though. I don't think a single person has picked it since then, and the Andrew did bad on that map.
Yeah. Well, Crunchy literally fed with it. I mean, like
That
he
was
mounted up
hilarious
mid-
to
He
watch.
mounted up mid in the scope of Ricotta, just like dun, 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 dun. Like he could not have done that. He could not have fed it.
That
any
was
harder.
great.
Guys, I just took a shit on Cooper's desk.
Oh, right. We might need to cut this off. If that's how we're going,
Just God, Coop knows.
Saliva.
It's an inside joke between me and Coop. I'm just saying.
if Coop knows that it's just a joke.
Let's hope that Coop knows.
Indra's bad unless you don't miss a shot, but you can do more with the other backlines. That's the thing. Coffee. 10 p.m.
Yeah.
Do you know where your children
They're
are?
on a gamer schedule, dude.
Yeah.
Come on, man.
That's true. You want to figure that Ricardo? Ricardo was shocked. Ricardo wasn't shocked enough to miss. Ricardo still killed him.
Ricardo was definitely confused, though. I will
Ricardo
not
was
deny
definitely
that.
like,
Huh. He just
all right.
triple dashed.
All right, well, it's been 2.5 hours. This is usually when I cut it off. So lightning round. Any final questions for anybody? We have Knights, G Bunny, Renegades, Hero, Enemy, Metapusher, High Res,
NA.
Kresnik, I guess. It's kind of weird to say that, but
Skill shot.
Skill
Skill
shot,
shot,
Kresnik. You're right.
Kres.
Neutral set.
Neutral set. You're right. This is a neutral set. So yeah, any lightning round questions? We'll take a few. Why are you all so wonderful? Because I get to spend every day with you.
True facts.
Bounce House over Ensnare. Bulk Up over both, probably.
Yeah, bulk up.
Bulk Up is just too good at keeping him alive, still.
DR is stupid. Big stupid.
But Bounce House is definitely great in pubs. Bounce House definitely over Ensnare, I think, in pubs, for sure. Like if you,
I know Rock
because you
loves
run,
running
because
that
you
in
run
pubs.
the damage reduction on leap.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's really good. Golik is garbage on ammo. It's the only one that's going to get played at the professional level. Because you combo it with other things that keep him alive.
Yeah.
The only way Buck gets played in PPL
So as a counter flank.
is as a counter flank, so the bulk up helps him win those duels, and paired as a dive comp with IO. And the DR stacks, not additively, but like DR stacks, so it's like 36% or something, and he's like impossible to kill. So that's why.
So based off rank, NA and EU are different just because EU has a bigger player base, so you're going to consistently get better teams overall. In NA, there's going to be probably 3 out of every 10 games. There's just going to be just really dumb imbalanced matchmaking. When in EU, that's probably 1 out of 10.
Okay.
Is what I've experienced.
Makes
with.
sense. Why do I keep showing you that stinky video? Because it's funny. That's my new favorite meme, dude. It's so good.
Oh, that's
you
a
guys
good
seen that?
question.
What about the
Did you see that
Overwatch?
one, Meta?
Oh yeah, Meta. You get another tattoo if you win.
No, I mean I didn't get a tattoo last time we won.
Uh-oh.
I got this for Vegas, not for
Cold
not for
W.
Worlds. I was gonna get one, but it ended up being too expensive. I talked to one of the artists who works on Paladins, Casey something, and
Well, way to shout him out, Meta.
yeah, I don't remember. his-
Casey something.
They just posted him on Reddit. He did the Americon
Okay.
artwork and stuff.
Mhm.
But he quoted me for what I wanted, and it was going to be really expensive. Like I was going to have to pay him like $600, and then that's just
That's
to get
not
the
even
art.
ink.
That's just to get the work
Oh.
drawn, and then you got to pay more to get it arted.
That's rough.
So I might get something, but probably
God
not
damn it.
anything Paladins related or anything.
All right. So what the over? No, don't worry about it. Don't worry about him. that's a meme. The Overwatch strat: all on point, full sustain.
It's King of the Hill, basically.
Cauterize record.
Yeah.
That's why it doesn't work in this game, but it works in that game. What about Retro? What about ranked matchmaking? Is H Nando any good? No. Spending a talent slot on 2-second cooldown is not good. Thoughts on Termi with Zarini running 100% win rate? I mean, I love Term. I think he's found his niche. Counter blasters on maps where he can't get surrounded. That's it. He's gonna peak there. Gonna move forward. That's about it. Termi half shell Koa like as a combo. Half shell can still burn too fast. Like we saw how it worked. Fucking what team was that? What team played Height? What team played Elevate at LAN?
Elevate?
Was it Sour?
Sour, yeah.
Sour
Oh.
played? No, Sour played Sanguine.
No, but they played a console team first. They played Elevate first.
Yeah, because
It was a console versus
Yeah.
PML. Sour
Oh,
played
you're right.
against
Yeah,
them.
yeah, yeah. Yeah, so Sour played them, and Sour also played Elevate. Okay, Sour just like put an Amani Dragon over the point and just the entire time. They just died. Like it just went down. They couldn't do it. They had triple tank with a Grok, and it just dies to spam. It just healing and shielding late game cannot outpace damage,
Mhm.
and that's a good way to do this. Sky sucks.
Illuminate's a thing.
What's up?
Illuminate's
Illuminate.
a-
Yeah, Illuminate makes sure you play Sky into like Makoa and Nara, and you play her as a backline with Debilitate.
Mm.
At this level, you can't sneak in. You can't get away with it. Illuminate, players will hear the noise.
Yeah.
Like, it's just too good. All right, one more question, then I will cut it off. At least the questions that we answer. Hopefully, it's a good one.
You already know it's gonna be a bad one. Now.
Every time I
It has
say
to
that,
be-
it always is.
It's always a bad one, then a good one comes up, and you're
Yeah.
like, well,
Yeah.
let's answer this, and another
True,
good
true,
one.
true, true.
Yeah. Happy birthday.
Has Moji finally found her place somewhere other than her heart? I mean, we already know that. We answered that before.
Bad question. Told you.
That's not even.
Vaughn also said it was his earlier question was his last question, so
Uh,
it's just a bonus question, so I'll consider it a bonus
bonus
question.
question.
What is life without Paladins? That is. What do you guys do outside of Paladins? That's a good question. There we go. That's a good ending. Outside of
Gym.
Paladins, all of you.
Gym. I've been going to the gym.
Formerly Jim
Exclusively gym though? Like you guys must do something else.
Albion.
Oh, I
couple
mean,
other games.
yeah, it's just
Playing some RL Craft, but Arcade took the server down like a word.
if
I'm
he's
gonna
not playing,
say.
he will take it down.
Really?
Yeah, he's bad.
I'm
with
trying
it.
to grind to get iron so we can have armor.
Do you
and-
not even have iron yet?
I know. I mean, we got plenty of iron, but we keep losing it because Cloud and Kliku suck at Minecraft.
I heard your house
How
got
do you
destroyed.
suck at Minecraft?
They suck at it.
RL
Those
Craft
are
is
blue
hard.
goblins who have terrible mechanics, man. They just run around sucking up the XP.
Yeah.
It's so annoying. Just kidding, Kliku. I love you.
All right. Well, that's gonna be it. Shout outs across the board. I'll guess first. Meta. Shout out anybody.
Myself.
Well, it's right up there at Metapusher on Twitter. Oh wait, Gara, what did you ask? Gara, I said I was doing one more question. What did Gara ask?
That's
Down,
it.
down, way
no,
down,
no.
way down.
Oh, which 4 teams are going to Worlds?
It's too early.
That's
Too
that's
early. And it could be
That's not
anybody. Sorry. I said only one more question, Gara.
The 4 best teams.
Yeah.
The 4 best teams.
The 4
Excellent.
teams that win the
Perfect.
most.
GP,
Optimal.
Navi,
Cover
SSG,
everything.
and- Boom. Sorry, guys.
Sorry. All right, Hiro. Any shout outs?
Right there. Oh, fuck.
Oh, excellent.
Ah, chain
Right
reaction.
there. Chain reaction. Let's go, baby.
I thought I had it, dude.
Yeah.
Bunny.
The workout grind. That's what I have to shout
Shout
out.
outs to the workout
Yeah.
grind.
It's not been working for you. Don't shout it out.
Shout outs to all the cardboard boxes in me and Hero's
What is this?
Get in,
What?
get in.
what-
I'm not
Actually,
even
here,
flexing.
here. I'll pull the curtain back. Shout outs to the roach that fell on me while I was sitting on the toilet 3 days ago. And then disappeared.
They always do.
And it's gone.
It's under your toilet or something. That's what they love.
Yeah.
Wait, you have a
Don't
PS4?
say that.
Have you seen the?
Oh,
the,
God, the PS4.
Oh.
Yeah,
Yeah.
cockroaches love getting inside PS4s. Don't bust yours open.
Oh,
Yeah.
dude.
They
Shout
crawl
outs to
into the
Yuffie.
vents and
Shout out to
die.
Emma's cat, Yuffie.
Don't Google that, chat.
It was an interesting picture, though.
Let's find someone to host
Like
before
that.
I end my life.
Oh.
Is casting natural for you? Feels like it. I didn't do too much practice and kind of got the hang of it. So,
When you spend so much time talking about the game and
Mhm,
from a
yes.
coaching
Yeah.
perspective,
But
moving
definitely,
to the
like-
desk and stuff.
but for
it-
sure, like yeah, casting is different though,
Uh-huh.
for sure. Like play by play took me a little while to pick up. Damn the Ripper. Actually, this is great because you guys can just see it up here. You guys
Yeah.
haven't seen anybody that like screams out to
No,
you.
there's
yet, right?
no boys on
No,
this.
not at all.
Good old rock monkey.
Well, he is
Rocky.
already-
But yeah,
I know.
16,
The,
he's
the,
probably
the
gonna get
rich get
hosted.
richer.
He's-
dude.
The rich get richer. But then he passes it along, so you know it's kind of helping the ecosystem.
I mean, we might have to do it.
Trickle
though.
down economics.
It's you,
That was
okay.
me. I'm sorry.
Oh, it's you. Okay. Maybe.
Yo, Hero, dude.
Oh
What?
shit, dude. Damn.
Oh, it's hell yeah, dude.
Damn,
Hero,
it's
how are you streaming, man?
Oh, in Spanish, too.
ASMR, AMA, anime. Those are some tags.
Can we host somebody on Mixer?
With our
No.
Twitch viewers, we can like
Yeah.
no.
I can't move that over. Hold on. I'm gonna look at my following.
The Throner playing.
The Throner is
Fortnite.
playing
That's like
Fortnite.
qualified.
No.
World's grind.
I actually
Paladin's
told
game
I actually told the casters about how he got his PC.
Yep.
Yeah, they
You're
were.
welcome.
I don't know if chat knows about that. I'm gonna be
Yeah.
honest.
Rocking an NVPC still, man. Show some love. I saw him wearing a Knight jersey during our set. Snake.
I think
We
you
didn't
just
cut.
do
We didn't
rock.
cut. We didn't kick you to Throner. You left.
True.
He did. Just put that out there.
Should
I
I?
think you just host Rock or
Host
Yeah.
Rock.
what's that one?
What
Probably
about some
Rock.
people.
I am bored.
Playing Minecraft.
Nice.
Is
There's gotta be
Miracle
someone.
JKF? Is that the console?
There's
guy?
no one.
Is that the console?
It says,
Miracle?
tens. I don't think it's that Miracle though. Oh, actually, no,
If
this
it's
should be
tens,
Jeff
it
the
should be.
Raccoon.
Yeah.
This is Jeff the Raccoon, right?
Who is this?
He's specking though. He's
Console.
not playing.
Oh.
Jeff the Raccoon. His name now is like, I don't remember.
I think we just give Rock the good old host. I might stream Snipe Rock later on.
Try to get that host.
Just so you can get viewed. Let's see. Hold on. Let me scroll. Wait, who's at 0 viewers? There's got to be like a PPL player streaming right now. Boba Fetish. That's a good name. I kind of want to host him, but I Fishnet streaming scrims. 0 viewers.
Wow.
This is why you go down here. All right.
Ooh, I see.
Scrims.
Not Frost. I see.
Boba Fetish is such a good name, dude. All right, the fishnet. All right, guys, we're gonna host fishnet. He's scrimming right now, so he probably won't answer you. But competitive content, gotta keep it alive.
Keep it going.
Thank you very much, guys. Should be the same time next week. Probably not with these guys. I mean, Hiro just kind of shows up randomly, so it could be
Yeah.
Hiro again, but probably not meta realistically.
Maybe, maybe not.
Maybe not. Maybe I'll just do it alone.
We're busy, man.
Be ready
Maybe
for
I'll
4
just sit
mics
all the
next
way over
time.
there.
Yeah,
4 mics.
four
will be
mics.
working
4
next time.
mics. Woo.
Anyway, thank you guys for hanging out. We'll catch you then. Peace. Oh God, I don't.
Oh,
I don't have a button to do
Chris,
this.